All right, I think we are live. If you can hear me, if I sound all right, hit the number one. Test, test. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think it's best to be bearish at this moment. Sadie Love, who I remember now is Sam, Paul, Lucas, Wild West Stocks. It's the walk to you. 3. Uh-oh. What does 3 mean? Does that mean it doesn't sound good? Everybody else said it sounded good. All right. I just got a 25K testing train account. Awesome, Nate. Ideally, in my perfect world, you use my code, but even if you didn't, that's fine. I still like you. Have you made any trades yet? Welcome to Clay's TED Talk. Yeah, what will the topic be today for the TED Talk? We'll have TED Talk. We'll have to see. I just got When'd you get it, Nate? Like, you said you just, like, as in like 10 minutes ago or in like a couple days ago? And then have you made any trades on it? Whoops. Hindsight makes me want to say that I would have taken that through there, but that's hindsight. In my defense, though, was a nice little setup. Hammer candle, hammer candle. It's all good. I used your code, but didn't have options for... Well, yeah, because those things are garbage, Wild West stocks. Why do you want to use that? Why do you want to trade stocks? Come on now. PFE. What about PFE? As a reminder, like 20 minutes ago. Oh, nice, nice. Huh? That's not good, Nate. That's not good. If I'm understanding you right, Nate, you got a $25,000 account 20 minutes ago, and today you're on that account, you're up 3,300. Yeah, Wild West stocks. Stocks make no... well, let me ask you this, Wild West, to be fair. We got to make sure we're in the right category. Are you wanting to day trade, or are you looking to swing trade or invest? What is your goal? Like, what are you trying to do? Oh, swing trade? Okay. Well, then, yeah, Pam's plant is not going to be for you then. So, yeah, if you're looking to swing trade, then, yeah, I mean, I can see stocks because you can do kind of pretty cool things with stocks and options from a swing trading standpoint. But, yeah, if you're looking to be a day trader, then, yeah, Pam's plant is the way to go. But given you want a swing trade, Pam's plant, which for you those have no idea what am I talking about right here is Pam's plant. It is the best way for someone that wants to be a day trader to go about day trading is trading futures through a prop firm. So that is Pam's plant. If you hear me talk about that, I'm sure it'll come up some more. But yes, that is for the category of day trading, not swing trading. Nate, I'm nervous. Give me the update, Nate. Are you saying that you have a 25K account with Take Profit Trader? So 25K account with Take Profit Trader. You got it 20 minutes ago and you're up $3,300. Am I understanding that all correctly? Okay, you have a problem on your hands because on the 25K account, the goal to go from, right? So the way it works is you've got to go from your test account and you've got to pass the test and make it into your pro account. So what are the test requirements? How do you do that? Well, on the 25K account, the goal is to make 1,500. But part of that, and this was on your dashboard, Nate. Why you got to be careful. You got to read. Is there something called the consistency rule, which just states during the test phase, or only during the test phase, you're only allowed to make in a single day 50% of the target. So the target here is 1,500. So on that account, Nate, you were only supposed to make $750. So you can either go out there and lose money, or they'll automatically adjust your profit target, but your profit target's going to be now way bigger than the $1,500. So in the ideal world, I would say try to lose money to get back down to $750. But if you're at 3,300, You severely violated the consistency rule. The trailing drawdown of 1500 is no, not at all. Not at all. 50. Now you only got to make 1500, so 1500. It's not bad. I mean, that's very routine for a 50 or for a 25K account. So, yeah, no, I don't think that's bad at all because it goes away once you hit your cushion, and then you can build a buffer as big as you want. Yeah, it goes away. That's what people seem to not realize. It disappears, poof, and it's gone. Once you hit your buffer, it's gone. Plus, it promotes be aggressive. Take your profits. Don't try to sit there and go for grand slam trades. But even if you want to say it's a terrible rule, okay, fine. I would disagree with that. But even if I just concede it's a terrible rule, it goes away after you hit your buffer. Uh-oh. I just heard order filled. Did I just hear order filled? I just heard... Okay, none of my numbers are moved. So where did that come from? Do you guys hear talking at another spot or something? Or am I crazy? I totally heard order filled. Did anybody hear that? What's up with the glasses? They're blue light glasses. I'm old. These monitors give me headaches if I stare at the 4K screens for too long. Are my glasses distracting? Okay, Nikki, so we're in agreement. Well, no, I don't. Okay, 1 minute you're saying it's a great account. Okay, anyways. I'm going to try for sure. What are the top? Well, no, Wild West stocks. You said that you're a swing trader. If you are a swing trader, Pam's plan, this here does not apply to you. This is an argument in the category of day trading. But you told me you swing trade. So if you're a swing trader, no, Pam's plant, not going to apply. But if you're day trading, then yeah, Pam's plant, I would argue, is the best way to go. How'd your day go? Good. No complaints on today. But I totally heard order filled. I was going to say, was I maybe but I wasn't even, I don't know. I don't know where that would have come from. I prefer the 50Ks for the harder profit target, but the better drawdown in the funded. Yeah. There's lots of theories on it. Oh, quite the pullback here. Quite the pullback. It does get well, and a lot of supports down here. Not saying it can't bleed down here. Also, not saying that it wouldn't be. In fact, let's. I might take a try at maybe here for just a quick scalp. Let's see. Got plenty of cushion on the day, so I could maybe build a long position in this area and then just have my hard stop down there. So start at 3. So, buy some there, buy some there, buy some there, buy some there, and then just put the stop down there. So that's one of those where you can get paid very nicely, or it's going to be a painful loss. But where I stand right now, I got plenty on this account, plenty of wiggle room to absorb something like that. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, no, if you're going to move to futures, then this is where you go. You don't even need the top 4. Where you're going to want to start is MNQ. Once you prove that MNQ, you can get a feel for that, then you can go to NQ. Now, maybe, and I'm open to it, maybe you would want to try MES to start with, ES being the S&P 500, and then after that, you can just go to the ES. But one of these two pairings, if it were you to ask me, I would start with the MNQ, but if you started with the MES, I wouldn't call you crazy or anything like that. So MNQ is where you would want to start. But you got to make sure to do it through a prop firm, because part of Pam's plan through the prop firm is that the added risk control, namely, you could protect your own capital, which is a big key. Not to mention you get around the pattern day trading rule, but when you have So like I said, if you just go with the 25 it's going to cost you 105. And then if you go and lose your mind, go on tilt, maybe get stuck in a crazy move. Sure, you may quote unquote fail the test. You may blow up the account, which you can always buy the account back. But if let's say something crazy happens and it's $1,500, if you're using your own money in the world of futures, well, then that's $1,500 of your own money gone. In this situation, $1,500 would only be 105 of your own money gone because that's the cost of the account. So in Pam's plant regard, that is where you protect your money comes into play, because you have very, very little of your own money out of your wallet on the line while you're going through all the different trading. Still watching here. I don't know. Is this the long here? You get long here and just because you can't put a stop below and the orange line is yesterday's close, if you're wondering. Get you some blue light. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Get you some blue light glasses. Oh, I have not said anything yet. But the goal here, once again, is 120 likes. Yesterday, I think we hit 100. I don't remember, but we had a good day yesterday. So as always, if you've been here before and you know that you're going to enjoy, friendly reminder to hit that like button. If you're brand new, first off, welcome. But no need to hit the like button because I fully understand that you don't know if you're going to like this or not. But as a reminder, make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, right now. Look at that, right off the orange line. Boop. We'll see what it wants to do here. Thanks, I've read the rules. Totally understand the rules to pass phase. Yeah, I would just, really all you need, that's the nice thing about futures, you just pick one thing, and the one thing is going to give you plenty of opportunity. So I would recommend just starting with the MNQ, and that's all you watch. That's the nice thing about futures, you don't have to run scans to find, in the world of crypto, okay, where are the coins getting volume today, or stocks? What's the hot stocks for today? You don't have to run scans at all. You know what you're going to trade every single day because the same thing every single day gives you plenty of opportunity. So I would recommend starting with MNQ. And if you want, and make sure either, if you want to support the channel, if you want to get the promotion, use the link that's pinned at the top of that, and that'll make sure you get the promotion, and it's a way to support the channel. In hominem courage, I'm new here. Well, welcome. Good to have you. Or do you just buy here with a stop loss down there? Maybe that's a little, even that's a pretty big stop. Like I said, I got wiggle room here, so. In. See if we want to get a bounce off that area. Appreciate it. I'm going to start around 1 p.m. All right. Wait, what just happened? I'm so confused right now. How am I? I'm long 3. How did I get long 3? Was it? Oh, did I? I'm very confused right now. What am I doing? Why? What is? All right, exit. I have no idea what just happened there. Why was I getting long and then short and then long and? Oh, okay. I think. Oh, okay. All right. This is what was happening. I left my what's ATM stand for again? Automatic trade management. I was just told this, but I left that on. So I was exiting orders, but at the same time, I think I was also putting in new orders. Yeah, so let me think through. So if I get filled and then I want to get out and I just use this button instead of that, that would be doing this order again. So yeah, I don't know. I think. Does anybody see what was going on there? Do you recommend the 25K plan? This is and again, feel free to disagree. I almost recommend the 150, and here's why. Because the fact of the matter is, blowing up accounts is part of it. The best prop firm traders in our community that make really good money, they blow up accounts. That's just part of it. So when you blow up an account, you can try again. You can get the account back, but what it's called, kind of the retest or fee is only $100. So the 150, sure, it does cost you $250 up front. But if you were to fail, and again, so if you just assume I'm probably going to blow up an account, then the question becomes, okay, what is $100 getting me? Because it's $100 no matter what account. So if you blow up, do you want to spend $100 to get a 25K account, or do you want to spend $100 to get a 150K account? So that's kind of where it almost seems to make sense to go with that. But there's other variables that go into it also. But it's just under the premise of, if you're being realistic with yourself, if you understand how prop firms work, then you know that blowups happen. So when you get the account back for the $100, do you want that $100 going for, what size account do you want that $100 going for, is essentially what I'm trying to get across. But again, you'll get all, and I'm not even saying that's like the way to go about it. I'm just saying that's the thought that I kind of started to develop last week. Somebody pointed some things out and I'm like, oh, that's actually a good point. But yeah, I really have no idea. That's my current thought, but that doesn't mean it's the right way to go about it. But it's just one of those situations where, what do you want for that, that $100 reset fee? Because yeah, you're gonna be blowing up accounts. That is the fact of the matter. Advanced trade management. Thank you, Emmy. Clay, when you use ATM, sometimes it fills so fast, and if you close your open trade by using... Yeah, I think that's what must have happened. I'm going to just call you Sadie Love, but I know you're Sam. But I don't want to call you Sam because people in the chat are going to be like, why does this guy call Sadie Love Sam? But yeah, that must have been what happened. But, yeah, that was pretty wild. Cool, Wild West stocks. Well, like I said, if you want to support the channel, use that link. Did anybody else go long down here? Maybe some people are still long, waiting to see if this wants to get a bigger of a bounce. I was scalping, but at the same time, I was confused. I still am. I think that's right, but that was that was rough. Still trying to figure out how to do all this online. This is not easy. Like to put on trades, and people know exactly when you put on trades. I know some people go about, and maybe they're much smarter than I am, but like you don't actually know if they're in a trade or not. But yeah, here you see it from start to finish. So sometimes it makes it, I think, a little bit harder. Soak Parasite. When you pass on the 25K account, can you move to the 150K account without testing again? No, nope. No, because in order to pass the 25K, you're demonstrating one set of risk management. What do I mean by that? Well, on the 25, you're showing that you're capable of making 1,500 and you're capable of not losing 1,500. But if you will go all of a sudden to the 150K, well, now all of a sudden these are different protocols, right? So 25K, they're limiting your position size to either 3 very volatile contracts or 30 less. And then on the one, but if you were to pass through and say, okay, now I want the 150, then it's like, wait a second, no, that's a totally different set of parameters. So no, you're not allowed to get one account. Now you can get multiple accounts. So you could buy a 25K, you could buy 150K, because that's the cool thing about prop firms. And this is the end down here of plant, is nuclear explosion growth, known as copy trading. So Take Profit Trader will allow you to have 5 accounts, and then you can copy those accounts. So 5 separate accounts, but let's say on one of them you make one trade for $100, but you copy it to the other 4. When all of a sudden you have $500. Sure, you only made one trade for $100, but because you copied it to those other accounts, you made $500. Now, of course, that does work both ways. If you don't know what you're doing, it's a great way to watch your accounts go to nothing. But there's the bounce. Did anybody get that? Please tell me somebody was getting long down here when I was long and then starting to mess things up. Clay, I will. I already have clicked on it and has pro code. Thank you, Wild West Stocks. Really appreciate it. This market is brutal. Niall, I remembered your name. Niall, this market is brutal in any direction. You cannot hold more than a few minutes. Yeah, no, I'm definitely. Well, I mean, you can always hold. You can hold. That's what stop losses are for. Like I said here. And I mean, again, this is not hindsight trading. You guys all heard me map out the trade. In fact, I took the trade before I started to confuse myself and butcher it. But, I said right here, could you get at the orange line? You could either look to build. So you could have built a little bit. You wouldn't have been able to build very much at all because it never really dropped that far down. Or you could gotten long right around here. Stop at the pink line. Yes, the price did slightly go below the pink line, but I'd hope you have enough little wiggle room with that. But, yeah. Hopefully somebody here got long. I trade 0 DTE, so I cannot hold more than a... Dude, why, Niall, what are you doing with your life? Why are you doing that? Niall, do you understand how terrible of a decision that is to trade 0 DTE options with your own money? Like, Niall, that is truly a terrible life decision. Like, have you heard of Pam's Plant, Niall? When I say Pam's Plant, do you know what Pam's Plant is? Trading futures is my future. That was a very deep philosophical thought that I'm my brain is not on that level. Trading futures is my future. Nero, good morning. I got a piece of it. Thanks for the call. Nice job, Mike. Good job, 40. Now, but I do want to be clear. Did I know that it was going to make that big of a spike? That's not my claim at all. Did it seem possible that it could find some buyers down here and get a bit of a move in the upwards direction? Yes. But I'm lying if I would have said, oh, and I think it's going to make a spike all the way up to there. What's your plan, Niall? I'm glad you're moving in that direction, but what's your plan? What's your plan, brother? Now, do you get short up around this area? I mean, like a short there, stop up there. I mean, it's got to be very small size because again, today's a very volatile day. So that's like 26 up. Yeah, I mean that's almost yeah, 25. I mean, yeah, that's almost 75-point risk. Please do a short explanation. I'm not going to do that for Pam's Plant. Just basically, it's just saying that it's best to trade futures because futures don't have the pattern day trading rule. So you can day trade as much as you want. They are open essentially around the clock. So, I mean, you could be trading at really any time. Now, they're closed on Saturdays, but for argument's sake, they're open around the clock. You don't have to scan for things because, I mean, you're just going to trade the same thing every day because the same thing every day gives you multiple opportunities. So you save time there. And then with prop firms, the reason you would want to do that is because the low capital required. Like I said, if you have a few $100, then you can get yourself up to 150,000 of purchasing power. Your capital is protected because if you get burned, yeah, you may fail the test. You may lose the prop firm account. But it's not like you're losing thousands of dollars. Whereas if you're using your own money and you get burned for $1,000 or a couple thousand, like that's all your money. Look, can you recommend me a platform? Malik, are you day trading? Are you swing trading? Are you investing? Need to know what category you're in. What are you looking to do, or what do you do? Joey, good morning. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. If you have not yet. Day trading I want to get into. Futures. Oh, very good. All right, so the platform and the way, okay, so what I'm doing, is I'm using Take Profit Trader. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to figure out what purchasing power you want. So you pick that, and then during the checkout, it's going to ask you, well, what platform do you want to use? what you see on the screen is Tradeovate. That's not to say that you have to use Tradeovate, but what you see here is Tradeovate. And then what they'll do, which is very nice, because a lot of times you'll have to go and like sign up for separate accounts and go through all that. But with Take Profit Trader, they will create the Tradeovate account for you, and then they'll email you the login and username, and then you just log into Tradeovate with the information that Take Profit Trader has given you. So that's the platform I'm using. I'm using for Pam's Plant. I am trading futures. My prop firm is Take Profit Trader, which if you use the link that's pinned at the top, that'll give you the promotion. And then again, during the checkout process, what you see here is Tradeovate, which is what you would want to select. Suni, what you think? I think you're wasting your time. Or let me ask you this, Mark. Are you day trading? Like, what are you doing? Are you a day trader or what? Okay, sounds good. Is this just a practice account? I'm not sure what you mean. Is this a practice account? But yes, the account you are purchasing is a test account, right? The goal is to go from here. The goal is to get from the test account into the pro account, because the pro account is where when you make money, you get to keep money, well, 80% of it, because it's a profit split right there. And the deal here is normally, and this is for all prop firms, but we can go through from the test to the pro. Most call it an activation fee, and Take Profit usually charges $130. So you pass, and then to activate your pro account, it's $130. But part of the current promotion is no activation fee. So all in, if you do, let's just say the 100,000 purchasing power, all in, you could be for $231, which is pretty crazy, because you could go and then start to make thousands upon thousands of dollars. And the entire time you're doing that, you only have $231 at risk. How so? Because again, if you do something stupid and you blow up the account, which would require you to lose in this account $3,000, but again, you didn't lose $3,000 of your own money. You just lost what it cost to buy the account. So, but even if there was still the activation fee, I mean, it's still very, very minimal compared to all the upside that you could potentially make. They have a demo. Tradeovate account takes 50. No, that's not true. Wild West. Tradeovate does not have a demo where they split it 50-50. Long term, I'll tell you, no thanks. SUNE, why? Like, SUNE is trading for pennies on the dollar for a reason. Like, okay, be honest, Mark. Be honest. Did you buy right there as a day trade? And then right there, you're like, okay, it'll become a swing trade. And now down here, you're saying long-term investment. Be honest, Mark. When you first bought, was your first buy a day trade? Okay, after the profit is split 80-20, once we get to the pro account. Exactly, Malik. Yep. Pass your tests, show that you can trade, get into the pro account, and then it's a 80-20 split, meaning you get to keep 80% of your gains. Don't you go with highest account to take 8? Don't you have to go with highest account to take 80 to 20%? No. It's like that across the board. I know this is a very subjective question, but how much can someone realistically expect to make day trading for 30-ish minutes per day as an average trader? Oh, I don't know. I will say this, in futures, you can make a good chunk of money in 30 minutes. A good chunk of money. To be fair, you can also lose a good chunk of money, which is why I would say prop firms are very good, because if you do something stupid and you get roasted or the market does something crazy, then I would rather, and let's say again, when I say something crazy happens, you go on tilt, you revenge trade, you start forcing trades, or like I said, you just get caught in some crazy move and boom, $1,500. Yes, technically speaking, you've lost the account. They will take the account away from you. Now, if you want the account back again, it would be $100. But the point is, if they take the account away from you because you lost $1,500, you didn't lose $1,500. You only lost $105. So, yes, you can make a lot, but you can also lose a lot in a hurry. But that's why I say Pam's Plant. Prop firm, you have a layer of insulation against that. But yes, I'm not going to give you a number as in terms of how much can you make. All I will say is you can make good money pretty quickly. Is Mark still here? No, you bought it 5 cents. Well, I'm glad you bought it 5. And it's always been a long-term trade. Like that's always been your goal. Well, I mean, I'm not an investor, and I'm definitely not oh, yikes. Oh, boy. Okay, Mark. So you bought right there. Was this supposed to be a day trade or like a swing trade, Mark? When you bought right there? No, it's always been a long-term trade. Okay. Well, I'm a very simple man. I'm not that smart. So from an investment standpoint, there we are, right at that level. This could get spicy. Let's do this. Everybody calm down. Let me cook. I'm only 21. Man, that's still like a 25-point risk. I got plenty of. All right. Let me get. Oh, I missed it. All right, let's see if it wants to go back up and then come back down. Come on. Want to see it get up closer to these highs, and then I'll put an order in to get short. Then I have a well-defined stop loss. So if it pushes up, I don't want to see it go any higher. Come on. Come on. Got to push up a little bit higher. I want to see them. I want to see the longs get excited for a moment just to have it dashed away. Again, I want to see the price come up, show me a green candle, and then come back down, and I wanted to catch it there. Stop above the highs. But I don't know if it's going to cooperate. Does not seem to be wanting to cooperate. Are you live often? Yeah, I've been going live. Aim for 11 a.m. Eastern time every day. But I have been showing up earlier. If I missed your comment or question, I'm not ignoring you. But again, I'm trying to trade. I'm trying to analyze the market, trying to keep up with all this stuff. Oh yeah. Okay. Anyways, Mark, I'm a very simple man. I'm not a smart man. And so in my limited understanding, companies, stocks that are trading for pennies on the dollar, let alone 5 cents on the dollar, they're probably garbage companies. There's something severely wrong either with the management, with the business model, with the sector they're in. Something is severely wrong if a stock is down at a nickel a share. So I do not partake in those sort of things. Wild West, I'm not sure what you're talking about. 50. I don't know what you're looking at, Wild West. If you want to do what I'm doing here, you should be on trade. You should be looking at Take Profit Trader, Wild West stocks. You have to make $2,000 with draw on any pro account, though, right? No, $25,000. It's only $1,500 you have to make. What about the risk? What if we lose big? What happens? Just wondering. I think you asked this before. If you lose big, so let's just say you lose big, you get in a trade, and boom, something crazy happens, and you lose $4,500. They will take the account away from you. But did you actually lose $4,500? No. You'd have lost the cost of the account, which is $252. But you can get the account back again. And when you get the account back again, that quote unquote again price is only $100. So that's why I was saying earlier, it almost makes sense to go with the 150. Because if you just operate under the premise that you're going to blow up some accounts, since that's just part of it, then when you do the try again price of 100, do you want that $100 getting you the 150K account or a 25K account? Again, in my mind, it almost seems like, well, if it's $100 and it's going to be $100 regardless, do you get the more buying power? But again, I'm not saying that's a make it or break it. But yeah, worst case scenario, your risk is only the cost of the account. So very, very nicely insulated from a risk perspective. That 2K profit you did today, was that dollar amount position? What? Okay, Niall, it doesn't. So that's the other nice thing is, well, how much money did I have to use to make this money down here? It just tells you how much money. Because for 252, you get 150K. That's it. So how much did each little contract cost? It doesn't matter because it just tells you right up front. It's doing all the math for you. It's telling you for 150K, you can do up to 15 of the very, very volatile contracts or 150 of the less volatile contracts. So that's it. So I have no idea how much money I needed, how much capital I needed. But to answer your question, Niall, the capital needed out of your wallet would have for this purchasing power would have been 252. That's how much is needed. How can they afford to take a big loss? Because it's happening on a simulator. They're testing you in a simulated environment. I have two 25K accounts in the second phase so far. Oh, so you've passed two 25Ks, Kelvin? I think your best single trade shouldn't be more than 30%. No, Wild West, it sounds to me like you're talking about some other prop firm. Again, Wild West, you're going, they have a reset button, is 100. Yes, the reset button is 100. But Wild West, no, you're talking all this 30%, 33%, that has nothing to do with Take Profit Trader. Sounds to me like you're talking about other prop firms. All prop firms have different rules, but Take Profit Trader, they're quite straightforward in their rules. When you get to the pro account, there's no consistency rule. You can make as much as you want every single day. When you reset the pro account, is that to take the test, or you don't reset the pro account? That is way too expensive. Yeah, Take Profit Trader, they're like, yeah, you can reset the pro account so you don't have to go test again. Just test again. Because you could buy like 5 or 6 test accounts and turn all of those into pro accounts for the cost of one pro reset. So definitely don't do that. I don't know, Calvin. That would be for you. I love how some of you think like I have like every little nook and cranny detail memorized. I appreciate it. That's quite the compliment that you think my brain is capable of that. That's fantastic. I thank you for the compliment, but you're giving me way too much credit. I don't know. You got to check the site, Calvin. That trend line looks a little interesting. Could be an interesting trade if it can just kind of putz around here and then move, because then you could have a nice little tight stop loss. But if it drops all the way down here and then comes up here, that's hard because it's like, okay, if your stop is right there, I mean, and you're going to buy up there, that's a big old risk box. But right now it's putzing around. So like in my ideal world that's filled with unicorns and sweet old ladies on motorized carts. Anybody get that movie reference? I got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart and I didn't even see it coming. Anybody get that? Anybody got that movie quote? Or anybody got that movie? And I didn't even see it coming. I got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart and I didn't even see it coming. Nice job, Judd. Big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later. Paul V, you're my friend. Well done. Anybody that can quote that, we are friends, whether you want to be friends or not. Oh, approaching. Do you trust the breakout, though? The Strand. New here. Hey, well, welcome, The Strand. Good to have you. And caught the last few minutes, but this test account almost sounds like a job interview before getting promoted to the actual money being on the line with a pro account. Is that correct? Hey, I like that analogy. Yes, that's correct. That is a more than valid way of looking at it. The test account is like a job interview, and they're seeing you. Yeah. That's a very good way of looking at it. In fact, so good I may have to try to use that in the future. If I was at 3,300, how much do I have to lose to be safe? Okay, Nate, you're only allowed to make during the test phase because they don't want. I'm not saying you YOLO'd, Nate, but it almost seems like you YOLO'd if 20 minutes ago you signed up and then you're that fast up to $3,300. But they don't want that. They need to see some sort of consistency. So during the test phase, you're only allowed to make 50% of the goal. So your goal here is 1,500. That means you're only allowed to make in a single day 750. Now, it's not the end of the world. They will just readjust your profit target, but now you're going to have to make even more to pass. So, but yes, you can make, so right there, $750 is what you are supposed to only make per day on the 25K. If this was the 50K, then you're only allowed to make 50% of that, which would be 1,500. But again, because everybody's like, wait, this is only during the test phase. Once you get into the pro account right here, there is no consistency rule. You can make as much as you want every single day. We'll dive in properly today. Good. So right now, a rejection off that line. What's the ES up to right now? Probably played it pretty similar, I'd assume. Yeah, ES has got... So on this one, as always, there's no guarantees, but I don't think anybody would be shocked if the price came up here, broke through that area, and then made a run up there at the overnight high. At minimum, if not even maybe pushed up through there. Pushing up through there, then you get, up around that area. But I could see those being realistic profit targets. Again, not guaranteed profit targets, but realistic. Nice, Joey got the movie quote also. So I don't lose the test account. They just would just, yeah. You won't lose the test account. They'll just adjust the profit target. So it's not the end of the world, but I would try to knock down that number some. And I don't know what the new profit target's going to be, but you're making your life harder on yourself. Describe the rules after you sign up. No, I would definitely not trust ChatGPT to describe the prop firm rules to you, because prop firms all have different rules. In fact, you are making your life more complicated. It's not hard, Wild West stocks. It's not hard. It's very straightforward. Very straightforward. It sounded like you were interested in the 150K account. So this is how it works. Your goal is to make 9,000. You're not allowed to lose 4,500. Of the very volatile contracts per trade, you can get up to 15. Or the less volatile contracts, you can get up to 150. There is the consistency rule, meaning you're not allowed to make more than 50% of your profit target in a single day. So what is 50% of that number? Well, it's 4,500. So in a single day, you're not allowed to make more than $4,500. But again, that's only during the test phase. Once you get into the pro account, you can make as much as you want. Oh, that trend line, it's being stubborn. Oh, maybe he might be playing 4D chess, Malik. You're right. Malik, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Again, if you are enjoying, make sure to hit that like button. We're going for 120 likes today. You're welcome. You're welcome for clarifying that. All right, getting a pullback. Do I want to take this pullback? Let's... To buy the pullback or to not? Because right now we basically have a bull pennant here that's formed. Golf hole down here. Approaching the bottom of the bull pennant. I'm going to keep a close on it. Shane, I always come on just to give you a like. I appreciate that, Shane. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you're nice and green. So this trend line here definitely has proven to be significant. And again, not patting myself on the back, but patting charts on the back. If you've been here for more than 20 minutes, then you saw me connect that line with that line. And by doing so, the chart did a fantastic job of forecasting all these areas here as resistance. And now we're getting a pullback. So could be Nile, could be. Let's do this. I'm just going to do one. Buy there. Stop here. There we go. So let's see if we can get a bounce, and I'll move my stop loss up as it... Oh, no. Am I in an NQ? Oh my goodness. Again. I think I did this yesterday. I got to figure something out here. So once again, learning lesson from yesterday. Always check which contract you're on. There are two contracts. There is the NQ, which I do trade, and then there's the MNQ. The NQ, this one, very, very volatile. Very volatile. I did not mean to take that one. I was like, no, let me just try it from the less volatile one. But I forgot to change tabs. I forgot to click over here. So I thought I was doing the less volatile one, but because I did not click, I was on the more volatile one. And that's the second day in a row I've done that to myself. And that can... Now, in hindsight, I should have just held and should have loaded up way more. But, so I had to just get out of that one. Yes, that one worked out very nicely. I could have been trailing up the stop beautifully. But when I saw green, I was like, I didn't even mean to be in this one, so I had to get out. But, man, I got to figure something out. Literally, I did that yesterday, too. Yeah, I think I made like $55 on it. I did make money, but still, that's... And to be fair to live streaming, like I'm not trying to play the victim card like, oh, I'm such a valiant person for putting up a... No, because I've done this without live streaming too. I don't know. Maybe that's just the cost of doing business. If you're going to choose to trade both types of contracts, maybe that's just how it goes. Yes, 40, I did it again. Just stay on MNQ, and when you want to go big, use 10 contracts, which, yeah, Kelly, that is probably the answer. MNQ, do you suggest I use, I don't know, Wild West stocks, what do you think of these charts that you're looking at here? If you're looking at these charts and saying, I like the look of these things, then I would say just use the platform that comes with Take Profit Trader. But if you think these things are disgusting, then yeah, I mean, you can use Thinkorswim as for your TA, and then just use Tradeovate for your order entry. I did it several times. Excuse me. I did it several times. Just left only 2 tabs, MNQ and MES. Yeah. Kelly's probably got the best solution. But also from a live streaming standpoint, I do like to watch and I know the charts are the same, but whoa, we got a bit of a pullback here, All right. Whoops. So right here, what is that about? I could see this being a bounce point. So you are a pro or still on probation? I don't understand that question. Yeah. I might go. Okay. Nope. Let me check. I'm on MNQ. Would be interested in potential MNQ here. If it wants to pull back some more. Is this a back test and go now of these moving averages? Is it going to come up here and get rejected back down? Yeah, that seems a little too messy for me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Well, I imagine there's probably some people now that have drawn this trend line. I don't know if I'm a huge lover of it. I could be maybe convinced. But I don't like taking this break because not that far below the break here is this area that I think could be a potential support point. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to bounce off that level, but I'd be very scared of getting short here to have it go slightly red and then boink, and then all of a sudden your short stopped out. Again, that doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's why in this situation, I think that's a valid trend line. But I would not feel comfortable taking it on the short side right there. If anything, look to play a fake breakdown of that trend line with the bounce point coming right there. Okay, my equity is now 20. I'm pretty much at this. Good job, Nate. Good job. Now you're done for the day. You're done for the day on that account. All right, there's the break. Hey, there's Relax. Good morning. I have officially passed my 50,000 test. Sit on hands right now. Good job. How many days did it take you? Shane's going long at 312. I like that. Telling us what's going on beforehand. Nothing but respect there. So Shane is looking to play a fake breakdown. That crosshair is Shane's entry point. So right there, what did I just talk about? Now the shorts could still be okay, but you got to be thinking, uh-oh. The shorts that took that trendline break, and look right where it bounced off. Right off of that line. So for those of you that are scalping, you already got your scalp in. Uh-oh. Shorts are thinking, I don't know if I should have taken that trendline break. When does the... it'll update sometime tomorrow. Maybe this evening. But remember, today goes all the way until 6 or 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm thinking this move here would probably have knocked out quite a few shorts if they did take that break. I don't know. Maybe they have their stop up above the high of that candle. But that is exactly why I didn't take it on the short side, and I'm not quite sure why I wasn't down there at that line that I mapped out. I think, I don't know. I must have been talking or something. I'm not too motivated to trade. I've already taken a couple of trades, and I'll probably trade some more, but my day's just fine. But, yeah, there it was. Again, and that's why I'm liking these live streams. There's no hindsight trading. Everybody here literally heard me talk through all that. Shane, I don't think got filled, though, unfortunately. Nope, did not get filled. Good idea. Good idea, but yes. That's why, you know what? You got to know what you're looking at. And that is exactly why I know a lot of people are like, just draw trend lines. And yeah, trend lines I love trend lines. But sometimes you got to just keep it. Wait a minute. That trend line breaks, puts it right by another key area of support. And boom. The fake break, boom. Nothing is guaranteed, but I would also argue that wasn't the hardest of fake breaks to recognize. Now, if this thing comes all the way back down, that's going to be spicy. Because right now, you have a bunch of longs feeling very good. Because they got the bounce, they're feeling very good. But imagine yourself. Put yourself in the long shoes. If you're long, how would you feel here? I'll speak for you. You're going to be saying, man, I feel great. I nailed the bounce. It's going. Let's go. But if then all of a sudden, if that entire move is wiped away, how are you going to be feeling as a long? Irritated, frustrated, sad, depressed, mad, and those sorts of emotions. That's a good environment for shorts to try to hop in and take advantage. So, but again, that's under that's under the assumption that this move actually comes back down. But right now, longs are still feeling good. Nothing can go straight up, so that little pullback there, not the most enjoyable thing if people are long, but it's not like the chart's done anything wrong per se. I'll still go long at 312 once it doesn't break previous high. Okay, we'll watch. We'll go Shane's trade here. Again, nothing but respect. I like when people actually tell us what they're doing before it happens. So he said 312. There you go, 312 and a quarter. So that is Shane's entry point. This might be a short after all. Yeah, right now, like I said, ask yourself, how are those longs feeling? Not so good. Not so good at all. We'll see what happens, though. Shane's still not quite filled. I don't know of anybody going short, so I'll root for Shane. I'll root for it to bounce after it gets down to that line. But if anybody's short, well, then I'll stay neutral on it. Oh, Shane. Shane is in. Okay, Shane is in. I don't know where stop loss or profit targets are at, but he did get the bounce right there. A little micro bounce. Where's your stop at, Shane? $215. $215. Holy smokes, you risk a lot. Whoa. Where's your price target at? I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. So his price target must be way up here. 500, is it? Where's your price target? Or at least your initial price target. I don't know how you do it if you have multiple ones or not, but... Swing high around 500. Okay, so he's looking for a bigger move too. So Shane is clearly not a scalper. Now, if this thing comes up and goes back down and stops him out, Shane will be like, I wish I was a scalper. But that's all hindsight. Because if this thing does go up and hit 500, he'll be saying, I'm glad I'm not a scalper. Sounds good. I'm excited to start this new experience. I currently have 50 open contracts on Charles Schwab account. Yeah. They charge me... Oh, okay. But I forgot you're doing swing trading. They charge me $5,000 for 45 days of trading. Oh, those are some fees there. $5,000. I'm trading micros, by the way, so it's not that bad. Too much trading commission anywhere else. Yeah, I'm a scalper. This market is just vol. You're a scalper, but those are some big scalps you're going for. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm well aware of and open to the fact that even though the term scalping has many different definitions depending on somebody's strategy, but in my definition of scalping, to buy here and then count up here as a scalp, that's a pretty big scalp. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. We're almost at an hour, not even at 50 likes. That's kind of depressing. Last week we set a record. We were at 60 likes in like 20 minutes. So again, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. That's kind of sketchy though, period. You didn't even tell me, period. What, you don't want to hang out with me, question mark? My electrician just sent me a text. He's got the some stuff set out there. Some stuff. He's got a temporary pole out there. Nice. Didn't even tell me. Jim, are you here? Fair point, period. Guilty as charged, period. I am currently live streaming. Oh, do you know who yeah, I'm using Chris. I'm impressed. I talked to him on Sunday. I gave him some information on Monday about like this application thing. He was like, yeah, I'll fill that out. So he apparently filled it out, got it approved because he just went out there and did what he's supposed to do. And today's what, Wednesday? I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Oh, we're coming back to that previous bounce area down here that I played long. I would be interested in a long down here. I'm not going to get crazy. I have zero interest. Hey, there we go. Up to 60 likes just like that. Let's go. All right, I'm liking this group all of a sudden. I wasn't too sure about you all until just now. In fact, let me get this. So I want to be down below. Oh, this is sketchy. So if I put my stop loss, if I put my stop loss here below the lows, okay, that makes sense. But now my stop loss has the problem of being right above the VWAP. And I don't know if you want a long-sided stop loss right above VWAP. So at this point, it's almost a scenario of you kind of got to let the price look for maybe a fake breakdown. So in other words, fake breakdown entry point right there, and then you can get your stop loss down below VWAP. But right now, if you're looking to buy at either of these areas, and again, putting your stop loss below those lows, I get it. But in this, just the way the cookies crumbled right now, putting your stop loss there puts you right above essentially the VWAP, which isn't the smartest spot to put a long-sided stop loss. So not the most clear of trade plans. So in my opinion, at least, it's almost creating this where you'd have to play a fake breakdown of these lows here. Or maybe you just totally disagree with that, but That's an interesting and kind of a tricky dynamic. Sometimes moving averages and the VWAP and trend lines, they line up oh so beautiful. But sometimes things get a little messy like this, and it's like, okay, if I put a stop there, now it's actually not, it doesn't make sense for that. But if I put my stop loss all the way down here and I'm buying up here, that's a pretty big stop loss. So, and that's okay. That's part of trading, but that means you are at least trying to map out a trade plan before you hop into the trade. What we don't want to do as traders is get into a trade and then start to be like, all right, where should I put my stop loss? Where's a profit target area at? You know, that's called making it up as you go. And we want to avoid that as traders. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shane, here we go, Shane. I mean, you still got a ways to go for your scalp, but you got the turnaround. You got the turnaround. All right, let's go. I'm trying to do multiple things. We are building a house here in the terrible state of Iowa, so don't move to Iowa. Terrible place. Traffic all over the place. People all over the place. People are mean. Scenery's terrible. But in the terrible state of Iowa, we're building a house, and I'm general contracting it myself. So I'm trying to do a live stream, trying to trade, trying not to lose my life savings to build the house, and I'm trying to coordinate building the house. So sometimes I'm not looking at the screen when I should. Yeah, exactly. Expensive apple cider in Iowa. Don't move to Iowa. It's terrible here. Made some quick bucks on that move. Good job. I know, relax. I think that might be the leading indicator. Is if Clay starts to look down at his phone and text somebody, get in, because there's a move coming. Renfew, are you in Iowa? Good job. Hey, congrats, Shane. You are getting not quite to the 500 mark, but I would assume your stop loss is in at. Oh yeah, you just told us break even. Very good. Yeah. South of yeah, exactly. Renfew too. I was terrible. Disgusting place. I hear California is beautiful though. I hear New York City is beautiful. I hear Chicago is amazing. I hear Florida's nice, I hear. Texas is great. Iowa, garbage. Yeah, you don't want to move here. Unless you like traffic and mean people. Wow. Look at that. Right off that trend line again. Again, I'm not patting myself on the back. I am trying to brag about charts. Are charts a perfect tool? No, nothing is perfect, but do they carry some validity? I think so. And this, I realize, makes more sense to those of you that have been on the stream for a while now. But as a quick reminder, I connected this line with that line, and then we got this forecast of resistances, and then boom, later on, right off of it again. Man. Ref Sean, plus 50. Good job left. Yeah, there's no deer in Iowa either. So if you hunt, there's no deer here. Definitely no deer here. All right, I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line. But this is, you got to think everyone, their brother's uncle is now watching that trend line right there. So can it break? And if so, do you get upside pressure? It's getting interesting, though. Getting interesting. With the break. So I don't know. Is the break point down here around 35? I could see an initial price target area of around 60, and then after 60, 87. Then after 87, up there around 528. That means you're going to have to see what happens. It's potentially going to break. It's got a double bottom. Yeah, I mean, it could. This trend line just has such a track record of just being so stubborn. What's interesting here on the 5-minute is you do have that overnight high right there. So is the overnight high kind of the leading indicator? If it can break above there, does it get up above that trend line? You have that pivot up there at 520, but oh, just notice I didn't even notice this at all. Shame on me for not glancing at the 5-minute. But absolutely beautiful bounce on the 5-minute right off of that nice upward sloping 50 period moving average, that purple line right there. Wow. Beautiful bounce off that. Shame on me for not paying attention over there. Short. I don't. Yeah, we can get rid of that line down there. I don't really see anything that makes me stand out from the. I guess from the short side, if anything, if you still firmly believe in this trend line from the short side, then I guess that's kind of the trade. Like you get short here, stop maybe above there, and then you're looking for the rejection back down. The BK dot, good to see you. I just read, Judd. I'm glad he's all right. He went quiet on us for a while. I mean, I think this has some validity now. That little miniature, I mean, there's basically a little miniature, flag right now that is formed within the context of this all. So we have that, we have that big move up right here. We have the golf hole down here for you golfers, and there's our bull pennant right now in the very near term. So that is the bull pennant breakout here the leading indicator of the bigger trend line break. But right now the bull pennant's being threatened. Yeah, so a little bit of potential. Whoa, uh-oh. That was a little nasty drop down like that. And I don't know if anybody's here that like day trade stocks, but seriously, pull up a stock right now at 11.50 for any stock and go to the 2-minute time frame, because what we're looking at here is a 2-minute. I guarantee you there are no stocks out there that trade this fluidly and just which is this amount of movement. I mean, just boom, boom, boom. Look how smooth this is. That's just why I continue to say, why waste your time day trading stocks, especially day trading options when you have to deal with theta and sideways action killing you. I mean, step into the water of Pam's plant. Pam's plant won't let you down. No, I think I'm just nearer term area though. I mean, it's going to take, I'm not saying it can't happen, obviously, but I mean, the Bears are really going to have to bring their A game if they're going to try to get any sort of downwards pressure. Because right now, there are supports all over the place. There's the trend line. There's yesterday's close. There's the pink line, 200 period moving average. There's VWAP down here. Again, I'm not saying that it can't push down through all this sort of stuff, but I mean, the Bears really would have to bring their A game. So yeah, I'm still kind of bullish minded. If it wants to get down in this location of the chart, look for a quick scalp. But again, we're all at different locations in our day. Like I have plenty of cushion. I have plenty of wiggle room where I can risk, $100 or so, a couple $100, and it's not really going to impact my day. But if you're like on the cusp of either going red or going green, maybe you wouldn't look at this as kind of in the same way that I do, because that's the thing is we'd all have different strategies, but not only that, we're all at different kind of contexts within the day itself. In the context today, depending on where you're at, maybe you got to tread very carefully. Maybe you have to be extra picky, but for me, I don't have to be extra picky because again, I have plenty of wiggle room on the day. Man, that trend line there, that's a bugger. We'll see how it wants to go. You're now. Oh yeah, Shane. Yeah, I want to make it sound like I looked over, but I was not even looking at the 5-minute. All right, are we gonna get a bounce off that trend line? If you're long, no guarantees, but I would not call you crazy if you're saying, I want to get in at the trend line. Stop right below the low there. So a lower probability trade, because it is a pretty tight stop, but the low probability nature of the trade is compensated via the fact that if you do get the bounce, then, relative to what you would be risking, you could be looking at a whole lot of nice upside potential. So, like I said, trying to play a bounce off the trend line. I'm not going to call it a high probability trade. It's not a crazy trade, but the market is fair. If you're taking a lower probability trade, it is going to give you payment on the upside of quite a bit if it does work out in your favor. But it just happens to be a bigger if than other scenarios. I'm still thinking maybe down around this area. But that VWAP is really still kind of throwing a wrench in my gears right now. But I'm also getting a little ahead of ourselves because we don't even know if it's going to... it might just stay above that level. What's the ES up to? All right, ES is a little cleaner. You could get, long at the 50 period, and then if you want to put a stop down below these lows, or if you want to play a slight breakdown of the 200 period, I could see something like that. 85, stop down below, right around there. So yeah, this one is cleaner. Just because you don't have any sort of other commotion. But MNQ, if you're thinking of going short, now I will say this. I could be convinced of a short if this wants to go sideways a little bit and then break through. But the sideways is important because I want a tight stop. I don't want to have to put a stop way up here. But if it can go sideways, build a little bit of a bear pennant and keep my stop nice and tight, great. But if this thing shoots up here and then comes back down, well, that ruin the risk profile because by shooting up there, that's telling me where my stop should go, and it's just making it too big. If you're plus 3K in the day, I'm calling over for beers later, Clay. Is it ginger beer? I'll take some ginger beer. Ginger beer is really good. Has anybody ever had ginger beer here? MES at 5040. Ginger beer. I guess step one would be, do you like ginger? If so, it's fantastic. Chaser has. Do you agree, Chaser? Is it good stuff? Yeah, see, I don't like getting short on the break here because my stop loss has got to be way up here now. To me, that's a little bit too much risk. Maybe you're saying, no, Clay, that's not enough. That's not too bad. That's cool. You can go for it. IA Prescott. I watched all 4 of your futures courses yesterday. Here to learn. Awesome. Hopefully those courses helped you out. I am a ginger. That's cannibalism. Deep Thoughts by The Strand. You have good thoughts, though. I like the way you looked at the prop firms. It's like a job interview at first. Again, if you are enjoying, we still have plenty of time, but I always go for a minimum of 2 hours. And then if I go beyond 2 hours, I gauge that based on the interest. And the interest I gauge based on super chats and likes. So we still have 45 minutes, but definitely want to get this up over 100 likes if I'm going to go beyond 2 hours. So if you have not hit the like button, but you're enjoying and you want the party to continue beyond 2 hours, then like I said, we'll do either over 100 in likes or $20 in super chats from now. But that's, like I said, about 45 minutes. So don't forget to hit that like button. We are at the trend line. What's the best way to trade right now? Long-term or day trading? Well, I would say both is the best way, because when you say long-term, in my mind, I go to invest. And it is totally, it's not a like a false dilemma, right? It's not like this or that. It's, you can do both. You can invest and day trade. So assuming you mean by long-term day or investing, I would say the best thing to do is both, because both can be separate income streams, and that's the name of the game, creating multiple streams of income. All right. See, what would be great is if get another candle that doesn't violate that high, and then you could short the break of the trend line and then a stop right there. So you can play a breakdown or get out one of those where it's like, I want to know my answer very quickly. I'm either going to be right here or I'm wrong and I'm stopped out, but at least but again, it's pushing up too high now. So again, it's changing the risk profile on that potential trade. So that one doesn't quite work out now. But we are seemingly getting quite a bit of a resistance up here. So from a pattern standpoint, then if we just use this trend line right here, and if we use this move down here, and then if you golfers put the golf hole up here, and it's an upside down pennant, so we do have a bear pennant forming here. Bear pennant in motion. We'll see if it wants to respect this upper part of the pattern or not. Now, if it shoots straight up, well then bear pennant will be violated and it won't really represent that anymore. But as of now, it's respecting the top part of the pattern. Oh, pushing up through there a little bit. So this is where things get sketchy, because ask yourself, if you are along right now, if you bought, how are you feeling right now? You're feeling fantastic. But if this all of a sudden gives back all those gains, how are you feeling? Disappointed, upset, frustrated, bitter, sad. And those sorts of emotions cause people to sell. And shorts, that's what they like. They like sellers. But as of right now, it's looked like the longs are not only happy, but they're getting even happier. But again, if it comes all the way back down, that's an interesting... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Again, just play the game. If you're along, how would you now be feeling? I mean, you're not abandoning ship, but you're probably like, uh-oh, this is not exactly what I wanted to see. Where'd all those gains go? What stocks do you recommend to invest right now long term? Whatever ones fit your criteria, which I do not know, Alex. So I'm not going to answer that because I have no idea. I will say this line is getting more and more interesting from the short side. I mean, so you had highs up here, then you had a high here, then you had a high here, then you had a high here. And if you notice, these highs keep getting lower and lower and lower. So I'm not totally convinced of the trend line there yet, but it's getting pretty intriguing. Lots of stocks on sale right now. Yeah, there are a lot of stocks on sale. From an investing standpoint, that is that's hard to push back against for sure. Again, I'd like to see this consolidate out a little bit more and then go. I'd like a little bit of a tighter risk. And this candle here is a bugger because it shot all the way up there. But again, if it can come down, go sideways, and then break, and the first target on any sort of break, I could see being down around that batch of, again, that orange line is yesterday's close, the pink line being the 200 period moving average. But yeah, it's bouncing around here quite a bit. Trying to consolidate out, but Got to get this. I'm still intrigued by that trend line there too. That was one that I didn't really expect, but right now, just kind of sit on your hands and wait set of circumstances. Boss Hog on Candy. Who knows if you are catching a falling knife at this point? The tariff nonsense is just beginning. Yeah. I don't know if I'd call any of this catching a falling. I know. Okay. To be fair to Boss Hog, I think he's having the discussion with the investing in the chat room. I don't think you're talking about day trading per se. So yes, you're right. From if you're looking at like daily charts, it can come across as just trying to catch a falling knife. But right now, I don't see anything here that would be considered catching a falling knife. But per the conversation in the chat box, I'm assuming you're talking about more of what's going on there, this longer term situation. I don't know. It looks like it might turn. Well, that's the clever way to not be wrong. It's a clever way to say it might turn, but you don't define what it is, and you don't define which direction it might turn. Hoover, I'm on to you. Clever. You can't be wrong with a statement like that. Very clever. It looks like it might turn. You're right. I agree. Very, very clever, my friend. Very clever. Are you a lawyer by any chance? I mean, that's a good way to approach things. Are you happen to be a lawyer? Creating a win-win for yourself no matter what happens. It's a good skill set. All right. Well, at this point now, a question I'm just throwing out there, a thought is the purple line there, the 50-period moving average, a new key battleground? Because you can see right there is where it was rejected, and here is now it was rejected. I'm not quite willing to bite the bullet yet on that. We'll see how it behaves, but at the end of the day, we have the wedge. Yeah, no, I'd agree there, boss. That's why I've just been nibbling. Nibble a little on here this day, nibble a little bit on that day, and then just seeing what happens. If this comes down here, though, I mean, you got to think just lower highs. If that can hold as a new high and it comes back down, it's really just a question of what's going to break the spirits of those going long. Because the longs, in their credit, they can look at this trend line and say, hey, it's still respecting this trend line. So even if it comes down here and chops around, they can rationally justify to themselves, nothing to panic about. All right, yeah. Purple line there is, I would say, officially an area of resistance now to keep an eye on. I mean, take caution, of course, and don't bet the farm, so to speak. Yeah, I would agree. Betting the farm, going all in, going big or going home. Yeah, you always hear about the people that go big. You don't hear about all the other people that went home, though. If it holds that bottom trend line one more time, I'm long. Roger that. Okay, approaching that one trend line that seemed to have some relevance. Okay, right now, once more struggling at that area. Now, what's super sketchy about the trend line here is now if the price breaks that trend line, there's a very real threat that the overnight high, that pink line right there, it might just smack it right back down. So just thinking out loud, is it more wise to wait for the price to clear not only through that trend line, but also the overnight high? Just thinking out loud with everybody. That is something that probably might need to be considered. But again, prices can't even break above that trend line right now, so I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But once again, this trend line here, it's being stubborn. It showed up to play again. All right, trying to break. As a reminder, still got plenty of time, about 35 minutes. But if the stream will go 2 hours, but if you want me to go beyond 2 hours, got to get up over 100 likes or $20 in super chat. So if you have not hit the like button yet and you're enjoying and you want me to go beyond the 2 hour mark, make sure you hit that like button. The link you posted, it is asking me if I want a 30% off pro account. Is there something? No, use the link that I posted and it'll give you the 30% off. Or just use code CLAY at checkout. We are through. We are through. Now can it get some continuation? ES trying to break down, trying to break its all day down trend too. Roger that. All right, here we go. Now, if anybody did buy that breakout right there and you're a scalper, I'm assuming you're probably scalping out some gains already. But if you're someone that bought that and you want more, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Does it push through? Again, I would personally be nervous to buy the break of the trend line just because you have that hiding right up above. But maybe that's foolish on my part. I can see shorts getting short at the trend line with a stop above the overnight high. I'm sure there's at least a few people in the world that did that. And right there, right now, those people are probably feeling pretty good. To those that are shorting at the trend line, stop above that overnight high. That's still got work to do for them, though. Got to still come down a bit more. No, the promotion, it's not on top of anything. That's the promotion. The promotion is 30% off and no activation fee. That is the promotion. There's nothing else on top of it. There's nothing that you can do to increase it. That is just the promotion. Now, the promotion is not unique to me, but that is just a way to support the channel. There. Oh, wow. Didn't even care about the overnight high. Next target up there at 63. We better put in target and then next potential result. Wow. Impressive. I got it. I X'd it out. Okay, cool. The prop firm, Ed, that you'll be using one someday. You'll be with Take Profit after you learn how to do all this. Wow, did anybody take the like I said, that was way too scary for me to ever take. Now I realize in hindsight it's like, oh yeah, I would have bought there, but no, that's not being honest with myself. I totally would not have bought there. And up through there, wow, this thing is just grinding. All right, next potential price target. Right there. Did anybody take this long? And that target is hit. What a breakout. What a breakout. Scalped about 12 points with 2 micros. So that's one of those situations where John's probably like, huh? I wish I didn't scalp on that one. But it happens. This momentum is dismal for a break. Huh? Dude, you have been corrupted pretty quick. 3 days is BK Dot totally detached from reality. He's calling a break. I don't know where you're defining the break from. I'll take it like from right here. A break of 415 up as high as 495. Who's a math genius? What's that difference? What's 415 up to 495? Is that 80 points? Can somebody double check my math? 415 up to 495. 495. Is that 80 points? 75 points? Yeah, 80 points, right? 15 up to, no. Anyways, we'll call it 75 points. You're calling a 75-point breakout dismal? Now, I understand what you're saying. You're saying, well, yeah, compared to the past 2 days, Like usually those breakouts are like 150 points, but that's my point is like you have been your expectations have already been just shredded. Like you have lost touch with reality because in any other situation, like an 80-point breakout would not be considered dismal. Be careful with that, BK Dot. Be careful. You have officially lost perspective with reality. Hey, Evil Shadex. Your video on playing the chart and not PL really helped me on not exiting trades too early. Halfway to goal. Good. I'm glad that helped. Very, very glad that helped. And it's a very real threat. I think all traders always struggle with it from time to time. I know I still do. But when I get out of a trade, usually I have no idea where I'm at, just because from a gain perspective. Because when you're just moving up the stop, I'm just watching the chart, and then when you get stopped out, then I'll look down at the P&L and be like, oh, okay, great. Sometimes it's not going to be as much as what you maybe had hoped for or thought, but that is a two-sided coin because other times you're going to be like, whoa, that is way more than I had ever thought. Sad day yesterday. Lost 50% of an options contract, came back even and sold it, ended up going 1,700%. Are you day trading options, Evan, or are you swing trading options? Evan, why? Evan, when I say Pam's Plant, does Pam's Plant mean anything to you? It seems like I've seen the name before. You're day trading 0-day options. You're literally choosing to torture yourself. You are making the conscious decision. I want to torture myself. I want to trade 0-day, 0 DTE options. These are just flyer trades. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I talked with you last week, and we had to parse out that you do this, but then you're also you're saving yourself the plane ticket to Las Vegas. Okay. That's right. Now the one question is, if you missed all this, I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to leave that trend line out there. That one could still come into play. That one going to get rid of. But now we have the kind of famous around here, the back test and go. Does this come down here, back test this area, and then go? So if you missed the breakout, maybe you'll get a back test. Of course, maybe the balloon just continues to float away. 0 or hero is the only way when trading. Yes, agreed. It's either you're driving a Lambo or you're picking a ride with you're hitching a ride with your mom. That's it. Lambo or ride with your mom. That's it. That's how trading is. That's the only way you should do trading. Hero or 0. Lambo or hey mom, can I have a ride? That's the only way to go about it. Mom's picking me up. Mom's picking Jet up into yeah, I hear ya. I have a stupid question. Why is my chart 10 minutes behind? I'm still moving and updated. I don't know. You must have delayed data. Now the stream is like a 3 to 5 second delay, so there will be a slight delay here. But yeah, I don't know why you're there's something delayed on your end. I don't know what platform you're using or anything like that. But yeah, something is definitely off for sure. Now I could see some people wanting to buy the highs, buy that breakout. That a little too risky for my blood. I'd like to see it pull back a little bit more. James Green, if I recall correctly, TradingView offers a 10-minute delay quotes on their free platform. Okay, that could be it. The Strand are using TradingView. Okay, good. Good to know that's only like 5 seconds. Yeah. All comes... Did you get your account? Wild West? I'm trying to figure out what are you trying to figure out right now? Again, right now, I would be too nervous to buy up around here after this big old move. Maybe that's totally foolish on my end. It becomes more interesting on some sort of pullback. Again, we got the breakout. Now does it back test and go? That is the great question. Will it back test and go? Hex is king. Hey Clay, just started learning to trade this week. I made 250 the other day already. Fantastic. Good job. What are you trading? Evan, yeah, you definitely got some degen bones in your body. I'm just glad not your whole body's not a degen. But Evan's got a degen pinky. He's got some bones. Total degen mode. But after our discussion last week, I know he's not like risking his kids' college tuition or anything like that. I lost my cursor. There it is. I want to move into futures when I get some more capital. You don't. How much capital do you have? Oh no, you're day trading crypto. Oh, how much capital do you have? I'm about to blow your socks off, Hex is king. I'm about to introduce you to Pam's plant. How much capital do you have? I know I'm kind of getting up in your business, but it's relevant. Hi, Clay. I really like your teaching videos. Can you tell me what is the best platform for a beginner? Moose, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to day trade, swing trade, or invest? Yeah, once you get into Tradeovate, then yeah, up here you'll just click and you'll just type in MNQ, and it'll start to populate. I think I might agree, Evan. Day trading crypto. I think I would agree because at least options, to be fair, do have some volume. But man, in crypto, that's volume can dry up in a hurry. 7K. Okay, I did the calculations with the highs and low. All right, well, 7K, that's amazing. So you do not need any more capital because if you get into futures trading using Pam's plant, so right here is Pam's plant, which you already Pam's is the argument for futures, but you already want to do futures. So we got to focus on plant. And you just made the claim, I need more capital to get into futures. Incorrect. One of the reasons for prop firms is the L, low capital required. What do I mean by that? Well, you have $7,000. Which again, great job. Fantastic. So you could go, and the way a prop firms works is, and I'm just going to go here because you have 7,000 capital, but you could go right here and get yourself 150,000 of purchasing power for you get yourself 150K in purchasing power for $252. And then once you pass the test and move into a pro account, you can make money, and it's all that. But the key dynamic here is you don't need a bunch of money. You could literally have 150K of buying power for $252. So if you're like, wait, I need more money. No, you don't. You do not need more money. Again, Pam's plant strikes again. You can get involved into day trading right away, and there's no pattern day trading rule. So you can day trade as much as you want with 150K in purchasing power for $252. And that's only during the test phase. After you pass the test, the monthly fee goes away. There are no more monthly fees. So do not think that, oh, I need more money to trade futures. Yeah, before prop firms, you needed a good amount to get into futures trading. Not so anymore. Does that make sense, Hex? And if you use the link that's pinned at the top, that will take you to that page. It's a way to support the channel. It's a way to get that discount. Yeah, well, worst case scenario is if you lose 4,500, then they will take the account away from you. Now, this is all happening in a simulated environment because it's like a test. It's like a job interview. And the goal for you is to get from the test account into the pro account. And once you're in the pro account and you make money, you get to keep 80% of that money. But the key thing here is the risk management, because in all, your only risk is what it costs to buy the account. So your risk is only $252. So if you go out there and do something stupid, force a trade, get stuck in a crazy move, and poof, you lose $4,500, yes, they will take the account away from you. But did you actually lose $4,500? Now, what you're doing currently in crypto, which is psycho, is if something crazy happens in the cryptos that you're day trading, and poof, $4,500, that's literally $4,500 of your money. But in the world of prop firms, it's not. It's just the cost of the account, $252. But the cool thing here is that you can get the account back. Well, how much does that cost? How much does the get the account back cost? Only $100. So worst case scenario, something crazy happens, poof, $4,500 gone. You're not down $4,500. You're only down $250. But then you can get $150K again, but this time for only $100. So that is the big thing is you don't want to put all that money at risk of your own money. And that's what you're doing right now. That's crazy. No, you don't owe anyone. You owe it to yourself to not put all of your capital like that at risk. Because every time you take a trade, if something crazy happens and you get hit, hammered, that's all your money gone. Okay, BK Dot is either trolling or he made the comment before and then disappeared. Your perspective is out of whack right now, BK Dot. You have lost perspective. The past 3 days have wrecked your perspective. If you're calling an 80 point breakout dismal momentum. Yeah, I mean, trading is still hard regardless. But I know what you're saying, Evan. They just give you a longer survivability. They give you more chance, more time to learn because it's going to be hard to keep in an account and survive if one trade costs you $4,500. But if one trade only costs you $252, well then you can have a lot more learning opportunities. When whoops, that was dumb, but I learned a lot. It's really just a question of what do you want it to cost you to say, oops, that was dumb, but I learned a lot. Do you want it to cost you $4,500? Which it could right now. If you're using your own money in cryptos, that oops, that was dumb, but I learned a lot could very well cost you $4,500. But with the prop firms, that would same exact mistake, same exact learning lesson would just cost you $252. So we got 17 minutes, and if we're gonna go beyond the 2-hour mark, we need 15 more likes to get this up to $100 or $20 in super chats. Okay, BK, that's irrelevant to where the VIX is. All I'm saying is if you're calling 80-point breakouts dismal momentum, you have lost touch with reality. Think about that. An 80-point breakout, you're like, oh, that's pretty dismal. 80 points? Is the live stream daily, Monday through Friday? Yeah, yep. 11 a.m. Worst case, but I've been showing up usually a little early. But I won't be late from 11 a.m. I'm kind of a psychopath when it comes to being on time for things. So just one of those things. My poor kids. That's all I drive into them. Be on time. Be on time. Technically, you should be early, but worst case, you better be on time. Nish, hey Clay, you are an amazing teacher. Well, thank you. Have seen your futures playlist videos and started learning from it now after watching all 4 of them. How to learn further. I meant what next? Well, if you want to learn about from me and my overall program, again, they asked. So before you start going, oh, now you're trying to sell us something. They asked. Okay, so calm down. Calm down, those of you that are offended by people trying to monetize their time. But if you do want to learn more, I do offer this. It's not a magic pill. It's not a magic strategy. It's structure. It's a process of learning to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed and so that the order that you're learning about things makes the most sense and so that you can learn the quickest. Yes, I know. It's all for free on the internet. Fair enough. But the internet is random, scattered, bad information, and it's very, very easy to get overwhelmed. So right there, Nish, I just put that link. That would be the next step per your question. If you want to learn more from me in a very structured and efficient and time-tested way, that's how you do it. And I say time-tested because the channel, the website, the program has been around since 2013. So over a decade now, a lot of time for me to listen to feedback, fine-tune things, and put things precisely where they need to get. So again, don't sign up if you're looking for a magic pill, holy grail strategy. That's not how trading works. But if you want structure and efficiency of learning, avoid being overwhelmed, then and especially if you said I'm an amazing teacher, then you'll definitely like the program. I can guarantee that. What's a typical indicator to start with? Strand, it sounds like you would be great for that link up above too. That's all the stuff that's there. All right, I'm getting a little worried. 14 minutes for 11 likes. Can we do it? Can we do it? Will the party continue? Again, if you want this to continue on beyond 2 hours, we got to get up over 100 likes or $15 in super chats. Hey, thank you, Wild West. So, I don't even remember what number I said. I think we need $18 more in super chats, or we need we gotta factor in the JJ effect. So we need 5 more likes. Oh, I did. So where did that thing bounce from? Look at that, right off of that overnight high. Back test and go. I was wanting more so the trend line. But we had the double whammy of support. You had the 21 EMA, that green line swooping up, and you had it right there, the overnight high. And did it hit it exactly? It didn't, but I mean, hopefully we can all agree it got very, very close to right at that level before bouncing back up. So good stuff there. There was a 1 minute, 210 point candle on NQ a few days ago. The more you've been trading, the less you'll be. Well, yeah, I know. I realize that, Evan, but I'm just saying that's not the norm. Like 80 point breakouts should never be considered dismal momentum is my core point. So if you're calling 80 point breakouts dismal momentum, I think you've been detached a little bit from normal times. Hey, Clay. JMO, here trying to pass the 25K account. Up a solid amount, then down a solid amount, but still here. And are you learning a lot, JMO, along the way? Yeah, hey, Hex, what do you think about this? What do you think about this, the way it moves compared to probably your little crypto things that you're trading? Would you agree this is oh so nice and smooth? Good. Yeah. So think about it. Even if, I'm not saying this will occur to you, JMO, but even if you blow up that account, I mean, think about how much you've learned for a very minimal price. Whereas if you blow up an account and you're using your real money, that's a much more expensive amount. So JJ is definitely left in the price. Yeah, somebody was not dropping it. Last week, like several people kept bringing it up and up. So it is really starting to stick now. I don't like smooth. I need volatility. Hex is king. Hex is king. Are you ready to have your socks blown off? Hex is king. I need volatility. What are you talking about? The fact that you don't recognize how volatile this thing is shows how just blind you are and how you need to stop with your crypto nonsense ASAP. So, Hex, are you ready to have your socks blown off? Answer me. Are you ready to have your socks blown off? You just talk trash about future. I need volatility. I don't care how smooth it is. All right. Nish, got it. And this program you're talking about, are you going to take? Yeah, no. It's one-on-one. Now, you can't like text me in the middle of the night. But no, it's video. I mean, if you go to that link, it's all explained there. It's videos. It's weekly webinars. There's hours of video, and then all the webinars are recorded, so you have that content library. There's a ton of stuff. Over 500 hours of video content. Not that you have to do 500 hours, but the content library just grows every week because I do a weekly live webinar. But yes, I am open. You may reach out to me at any point. Again, I'm not giving you my cell phone number, but through email, through the chat room, you get to network with other people. There's all sorts of stuff. All right, we got to blow Hex's socks off here. So Hex, let's go over the NQ here. It's smooth, but I need volatility. All right, boy. Can't text and ask what you're wearing. I mean, you can text that. I'll send you a picture. But all right, Hex. So let me ask you this, Tex. From this line to this line, would you consider that distance right there to be massively big? Is that like, would you like, whoa, that's a huge amount? No. Okay. So that's not a big amount. Okay. So this amount here, if you look at these numbers from 450 up to 500, that quote unquote amount that you concede, now that's not very big, is 50. Now in futures, things are measured in points. So in other words, that's a difference of 50 points. And on this contract, 1 point is worth $20 per contract. But we'll just go with one contract. So one contract, 1 point is worth $20. So this movement there, let's pull out the calculator. And yes, I can do this mentally, but let's just make sure. So if 1 point, if 1 point is worth $20 and we just said that distance is 50 points, that's $1,000 right there. But that's only on one contract. So how much does each contract cost though? Very good question. How much does it cost to get involved? Tex, I already answered this for you. So are you going to listen this time though? Because I know a lot of people are like, Clay, you've gone over this a million times. And here's a million more times. But I already answered this, Hex. How much does it cost? This is Pam's plant. This is part of the prop firm. So if you go to the prop firm that I'm recommending and that you see at the top, you could get one contract. So remember, that all was one contract. So bare minimum, for $105, you could actually get up to 3 of those contracts. All that math was just being done with one contract. But for $105 of your own money, you could get up to 3 of those contracts. And what did we just say? One contract was worth $1,000. But bare minimum, you could have got 3. So let's multiply that by 3. And there we go. That distance that you were like, yeah, that's not a big distance, is worth $3,000. And it would only have costed you $105. Now, because you insulted all of us that trade options and said they're not volatile, now you're really going to get the paddle. Now you're really going to get a whooping here. $150. Okay. So remember, that one contract with that little space, which was worth $1,000, on this one with $150, which would cost you $252. So $252 of your money, you could get 15 of those contracts. So that movement there, that was, again, 1 point is worth $20, and that had a movement of 50 points. But if you get up to that 15 contracts, which would require $252, well, let's multiply that by 15. There we go. That little distance there on the chart, $15,000. So would you like to refrain? Would you like to take back they're smooth, but I need volatility? Is that volatile for you? That little distance there being potentially $15,000, and it only requires $252. Again, Pam's plan for the win. Show me. Come on. Come on. Somebody that day trades stocks, options, Forex, crypto, argue against Pam's plan. Tell me how your day trading is better than this. It's not. You may be able to attack me, but you're not going to be able to attack the idea. Pam's plan, undefeated. Still waiting for somebody to defeat it. Again, in the day trading category. In the day trading category. So don't be like, what, you don't invest in stocks? That's investing category. I'm talking the day trading category. So there it is. There you go, Hex. Get out of that crypto date garbage. Goodness. Say it didn't go in my favor and I lost some of that 150K to one. Okay, Hex, you need to listen. You need to listen because I've already explained this to you. If it goes against you and you lose 4,500, you lose the account. But so that doesn't mean you lose 4,500, but you lose the account. They don't want you losing more than 4,500. So if you lose the account, you just lost $252, but you didn't actually lose 4,500. And then you can get the account back again for $100. No, the slippage is irrelevant. Yeah, 1 or 2 points. It doesn't matter when these movements are 50 points. No more than 3 day trades and 5 trading for margin count. Yeah, exactly. Nomi Train. That the pattern day trader rule alone is enough for stock day traders and options day traders to kick that stuff to the curb. Because again, futures trading, there is no pattern day trader rule. Yeah, exactly, Wild West. You can lose $1,000 very realistically in 5 minutes. I mean, again, yes, that's totally possible in futures too, but with the prop firm, it's not actually 1,000 of your own money. Pam's plant. The more I explain, the more it makes sense. Yes. It does if you're... Oh, yes, correct, Hoover. 100% correct, yes. And then you got to factor in all the slippage. Very good point, Hoover. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought you were talking futures. Yes. Why do you trade the 2-minute candle as opposed to the one? James, dude. Come on, James. I recognize your name. You've been here. Surely you've heard me say that off monitor, I have multiple monitors. I'm watching other time frames. Come on, man. Hey, we're up over 100. The party will continue. The goal is still 120. So if you have not hit the like button, let's get this up to 120 likes minimum. You didn't trade the bounce on the trend line. Oh, no, I totally missed it, didn't I? Yeah, no, I'm partially paying attention. I'm partially kind of ranting and raving over here. I got into trading in college, which was 2006, and I started trading penny stocks. I'm an old man. There was no such thing as crypto. There was definitely no such thing as micro futures, and there was definitely no such thing as prop firms. So yes, I started trading penny stocks. It was amazing. It was, oh man. You know, us old timers, us, grumpy, grumpy, get off my lawn. You kids don't know how good you have it. Pam's plant, absolutely amazing. You don't know how good you have it. When I went to school, bare feet, uphill both ways, 7 inches of snow in a monsoon. All we had was penny stocks. That's it. You look like you're in your 30s. It's the glasses. It's the glasses. But thank you, Hex. For you longer time viewers, have the glasses thrown you off as a distraction or is it fine? Because I've been hesitating. Should I wear these things or not? But I don't think it's... I sound like Trump? Oh. With my impression, this sounds like I went to school both ways. That sounds like Trump? Huh? What is no pattern day trader rule? Niche. So in the world of stocks and options, unless you have $25,000, you are not allowed to day trade as much as you want. A day trade being defined as you are allowed to buy and sell in the same day. You're only allowed to do that give me 1 second here. You're only allowed to do that 3 times every 5 days. Only 3 times. You can only buy and sell in the same day. You're only allowed to do that 3 times every 5 days. In futures market, there's no pattern day trading rule. You can day trade, buy and sell on the same day as much as you want over and over again every single day. So here is also the thing that I want to remind everybody about. Amazing. Amazing. So why take Profit Trader over other prop firms? because of their payment policy. The way now, let me be very clear. This does not make these other prop firms a scam, but other prop firms you can make, let's say $10,000, and they'll say, okay, you made $10,000. Now this is in their pro accounts, right? This assumes after you've passed the test and you get into the pro accounts, but after you've made that jump, you can make $10,000, and then they're like, well, you made $10,000, but you're only allowed to request money every couple of weeks, and when it's time to request money, you're only allowed to request $2,000 or $3,000, even though you made $10,000. So that kind of, again, they'll pay you, but Take Profit Trader, who I'm using and who I recommend, they say you can request that money whenever you want it and in whatever amount you want it. And they are so fast paying. What just sparked that is I requested a payout this morning, or not even this morning. I don't know, like 10, I don't know. Let me just air on this out. I requested a payment at like 9 o'clock this morning Eastern time, and then I just got the email approved. So it's been what? I don't know, almost 4 hours later, approved it, and then I just transferred it, and it'll be in my account now within the next probably 15 minutes, if that. So not only do they pay you in any amount whenever you want it, they also are super fast with it. So that would be the main reason why I recommend Take Profit Trader over the other ones. So yeah, maybe they're a little bit more expensive up front, and it's only slightly, maybe a little bit more, but the flexibility you get on the back end, in my opinion, makes it well worth it. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it was at 9:30. Or 9-ish, and then you can see right there the email came out, or I got the email right there at 12:42. So yeah, we'll just call it 3 hours and 45 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. How long does it take to complete the enrollment? Oh, to sign up for the prop firm? Very, very quick. Very quick. As long as you're not wearing pink undies, I don't mind. I mean, I have a pink... Never mind. All right. All right. And okay, cool. That'll make my life a little easier for the people here that like Apex. Because Apex for the longest time, I've had like the most goofy affiliate code. But I was just told that Clay, CLAY, will be the new Apex code. So that'll be good. Like I said, I'm team Take Profit Trader. With that being said, a lot of very respected traders in my community who I trust, they use Apex. They've been paid by Apex. So I'm not opposed to, and I know a lot of people just love Apex. So I was like, all right, well, can I get a code for that one? So those people can help support the channel. But like I said, past the 150K with TPT. Tomorrow may be our first live day of... Why do you say May? You don't think they're going to approve? You don't think they're going to approve your past test? Link isn't opening now. What do you mean the link isn't opening? What link is not opening? Can somebody... or the link that's in the pinned comment? Let me see. It opened for me. Why don't you tell us about the diamond bottom before it happened, BK Dot? Come on, man. All right, we'll get rid of all these lines. I never heard of the diamond bottom. Are you just making stuff up? Did you? Okay. I've lost track of some of these messages. So to be fair, you very well could have. All right, let's see. Clay, the Greek scholar. That's right. That's right. I am the Greek scholar. Most people call me the Greek god. Not a Greek scholar, though. Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button, please. We'd like to get this up to 120 likes to consider it a victorious, successful stream. All right, let's get back into it here. So yeah, a 5 minute actually illustrates this better. Let me bring over the 5 minute here. So 5 minute right now, not totally shocking to see the price start to struggle with this area. Because if we look back on the 5 minute, you can see right there rejected the price, right there rejected the price, and yeah, you guessed it, right there rejected the price. So basically 17,550. So 550 right now, the key battleground. And as it starts to pull back. So I could see myself interested in a short if it comes back in here. Get short, look for a rollover. If not, I got a tight stop above those areas. Greek scholars don't struggle uphill in a snowstorm in their pajamas. That's a valid point. Valid point. Thought I was an idiot and probably didn't and couldn't read. Didn't know I had to manually go in and turn on the VWAP in from their add-on screens. Yeah, VWAP doesn't normally come as a standard indicator. Range day this far, those short. Yeah, we'll see if it wants to come back up there. Anyways, I'll get the 5 minute off of here. And that was a nice candle right there. Granted, I'm totally hindsight trained at this point. But yeah, let's see if it wants to work its way up there. 550. Although this could be a long down around here. I mean, you have all sorts of, action where the price has been down here before and it's bounced back up. Does not mean that's for sure going to happen again. But would I call you crazy for thinking of getting long down around here when it's bounced back up all those other times? I would certainly not call you crazy. Again, doesn't mean that you don't have any logic. In fact, you have a lot of logic. It just doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to happen. But that's the goal. Let's make sure that we have logic in our decisions and we're not just randomly doing things. Do you know if you need to start with $25,000 economic account? Frankie, why even trade stocks or options? So you don't have to put up with the pattern day trader. You're looking at day trade, Frankie? If you're looking at day trade, you're kind of proving the point of Pam's plant. Have you ever heard of Pam's plant, Frankie? All right, it's working its way back up. Let's see. So what is that? 50? Yeah, I'll go 10-point risk. Sell a little bit more than 10. Buy. So there we go. Does this thing want to get rejected back down? Very minimal risk on my part. Go up, but there we go. So very basic premise. This thing is either going to come up here and get rejected back down, or it's going to keep breaking out and it's going to cost me, I don't know, 40-ish bucks, which I can. So Frankie, have you ever heard of futures trading before? Okay, I'm in. If you've never seen futures trade before, watch that number down there and ask yourself, how do you feel about how that number is fluctuating? If you're looking at that number and saying, what a joke, that's the slowest thing ever, I'll give you the solution here. I've not heard of Pam's plant, but yes, I've seen futures. Okay, you're going to want to do futures because there's no pattern day trading rule in futures. So no need to waste your time with all that nonsense in stocks and options with the 25,000. Not to mention doing all that, you're putting all of your money at risk. If something goes really wrong and you have a really big loss, that's all of your money that's gone. With Pam's plant and futures trading through a prop firm, that's not all your money. So are we going to roll back over? That's the question. What's your opinion on trading bots? Don't buy one online. And I'm about to be stopped. I just survived. Oh boy. We'll see. Survived by the skin of my teeth so far, but no. Still in by the skin of my teeth. But yeah, buying trading bots, like if somebody had a bot that was like legit, why would you sell it? Why? And that one did not work out. Can you recommend one of your videos or articles I can check out to read more about what you spoke about? Yes. I will send this to you. Let's see. Podcast. By the way, I do have a podcast. I'm going to check that out. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Pam's Plant. So right there, Frankie, that is a podcast. I think it's, what is it, 17 minutes long? Something, 19 minutes long. It'll go through each and every bit of Pam's Plant and why I would recommend, why I think it makes the most sense, assuming you want to be a day trader. Well, that one did not work out, and that's totally fine. On the 5 minute, I had mapped out that area, and in this situation, it finally decided to break up through there. So, and that's how it goes sometimes. But my risk, I think I lost like $25 on it. Had that thing rolled back over, I would have made way more than $25 on it. So, but that one just didn't work out, and that's how it goes sometimes. What's your podcast? Well, there you go. Check out that link up above, Ken. Started off, I think the first about 450 episodes are me interviewing other traders that are part of my community. So you just get a very, everyday look at just normal people. And then recently, I kind of got sick of trying to track people down. If I'm being brutally honest, it burned me out. So I just been doing solo and just kind of keeping them shorter, but talking about things that matter. Ben Miller, would you recommend getting consistent with micros before a prop firm? New to future. Well, no. You want to start with micros whether you're in a prop firm or not. So that's why I say MNQ. Do not start. I repeat, do not start on NQ. That will roast you bad. Start on the MNQ. But regardless, I would always use a prop firm because futures can move and they can move very quickly. And if you're going to get stuck in one of those crazy movements or lose your mind and go on tilt and revenge trade and force trades, I would rather have that only costing you the cost of the account. Because if you lose your mind on, let's say, the 50K account, you lose your mind, you lose it 2,000. Yes, you fail the test. Yes, they'll take the account away from you, which you can try again for $100. But in all actuality, it only costs you $119. So that is why I would say definitely if you're going to do, day trading, it's got to be with futures through a prop firm. What's the best time of day to trade futures? Oh, I don't know. I don't know your strategy. Impossible to say. Hey, Clay, how often do you average in or do you even... it depends on the strategy. Depends on the day. But yeah, I'm not opposed to building things out if it seems to make sense and if I have a good kind of solid stop. Thank you. And it is the same for crypto, as in you don't need to have... Yeah, except crypto's garbage because, Frankie, in crypto, you have to put all of your money on the line. So, Frankie, if you do something stupid, you lose your mind, you revenge trade, you get stuck in a crazy trade, that's all your money gone, which could be literally thousands of dollars in poof, minutes. Whereas in futures with the prop firm, it's not. Yes, you lose your account, but your loss is only the cost of the account, which, is right around $100 depending on the size. Good job, Evan. I've been having more success after hours, like around 7 or 8 p.m. instead of during market hours. Yeah, everybody's different. Like, what's the best time? I have no idea. You told me nothing about your strategy, not to mention I know nothing about your personal risk tolerance. So, I could answer that, but that would be just assuming. So, like, this is why, like, the podcast is important. Godzilla, I say this with all due respect. But I would encourage you to listen to this episode because you don't quite know how to network properly. That was a very risky question you asked because you didn't qualify what you're trying to do. You didn't qualify anything about yourself. So right here, how to network properly with other traders. Not trying to be a jerk, just trying to help you out. I think based on that question you asked me, that episode right there could really help you out. Because you're setting yourself up for pain when you don't properly qualify things. All right, we have 14 minutes, and we got to get up to the goal. So we'll go beyond 2.5 hour stream, but we got to get this up to at least 120 likes. So 9 more likes in the next 10 more likes in the next 14 minutes, and we'll keep this party going. 5 minutes looking kind of spicy, though. Looking kind of spicy for a potential short. That's an interesting candle. Do I try again? Out of curiosity, here who has never even seen futures trade before? Give me a number 5 if you've never even seen futures trade. So maybe you've heard of them, or maybe you've never even heard of them, but you've never seen them trade. The Strand. Again, I'm not going to call you out because I'll. Whoa. 1 o'clock. Was there news? A tweet? What'd Trump say? Look at that move. 100-point move right there. That's literally, again, all kidding aside, I showed this to Hex King earlier. I mean, that could have been worth tens of thousands of dollars. Literally, easily, tens of thousands. Tens of thousands of dollars this move was right there. Oh, it's a bond auction, Mark? Is that what is occurring today? So the market all of a sudden, yeah, that would make sense. The market's caring about bond auctions because the 10-year bond is continuing to go up. All right, now we have conflicting information. Let's check the economic calendar, which I can do in the chat room here. Let me just... 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is the 10-year note action. The meeting minutes are at 2 o'clock. John D. Fed minutes come out at 2 o'clock Eastern. Who was that? Mark is correct. It was the 10-year note auction. Usually the market does not care about that. But if you were on yesterday's live stream, I talked about that 10-year bond. I talked about that and how things are getting squirrely. So yes, all of a sudden, the market is going to start to care about these bond auctions. Does your podcast and articles have most of the info I need to introduce to futures trading and how to get... No, if you want to learn futures, then you can go here. Let me, I'll send you the link. Futures trading. So you can go to that link right there. And that's, just scroll down on that page and class 1 is down here. So it's a free 4-part series that'll give you a good foundation in futures trading. All right, we got to watch this action, though. I mean, this is some of this where you could jump in and out for quick little scalps. All right, 11 minutes for 6 more likes. I think, 6 more likes. I think we can do it. 6 more likes. Let's get this up to 120. Let's go. I just got a $140 scalp in 3 seconds. Woo. What are you trading, Strand? What are you trading? You're welcome, Frankie. Yeah, 50-point stop loss. Alrighty then. Again, it's always where is the 10-year yield? I'm telling people, Things are good. I'll tell you the one. I'll tell you the holy grail economic indicator to watch. Talked about it yesterday, and yesterday it's been going up, and all of a sudden it is in the headlines. So, kind of one of those things where, I don't want to say I told you so, but most Americans say Trump tariffs go too far. Gotcha. All right, let's bring this over. So right here, the indicator that you should be using, bonds. Oh man, 4.4. Yesterday, this was at what, like 4.2? That's what you have to be watching, because normally when recessions hit, normally when stocks crash and things get really, really bad, people flee to the United States. Like when world things go bad, people flee to the United States because the United States treasuries are considered a safe haven. So when people flee to something and they start to buy it from a bond perspective, that causes the bond percentages to go down, which is a good sign, because it tells us that the world is still viewing the USA as a safe haven because there's stability. And yeah, that's a good thing. But right now, people are dumping their bonds. People are getting rid of them. So that is why yields are going up, because when people sell and get rid of bonds, their percentages go up. So percentages, the higher it goes, you can look at it as a way of the less and less confidence people apparently have in America as a safe haven. Same with the dollar. Usually when things get squirrely, people flood to the US dollar because that's considered a safe haven. But that's a very, very interesting dynamic. The higher that interest rate goes, the less and less confidence people are having in the United States as a safe haven. In fact, I read an article this morning which was illustrating that, about how, I don't know where, but or why, because I don't know German economics, but people are fleeing and moving to German bonds. So I don't know. German, I guess, is Germany going to be considered a new safe haven? Where is it? I don't know. I don't know where I'm Germany bonds. Let's see if this brings it up. There we go. Yeah. Investors flee to German bonds as Trump tariffs spark Treasury sell-off. Luis, everything you learn and Clay Trader University can and should be used for futures trading. Uh-oh. We need 3 more likes. Let's not let that sneak up on us, because I got to save face. I can't say one thing and then behave another way. So we got to get 121 likes for the party to continue. So we got 7 minutes to get 3 more likes. Isn't Germany... I don't know, Rory. I don't know anything about Germany. I'm just saying that apparently Germany is, for some reason, I don't know what the reason is, they were being considered more of a safe haven. And the United States is not. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. So like I said, in my mind, a very, very key economic indicator to watch is the bonds. Whoops. Come on now. Oh my goodness. Okay, let it load. There we go. The bonds. 4.41. The magic number in my mind has always been 5%. If that gets over 5%, buckle up. Buckle up. Because think about it. Usually when those come down, that affects mortgages, stuff like that. So you can make the argument, well, at least with the crashing market, mortgages are going to get cheaper, stuff like that. Debt gets cheaper, all that sort of stuff. But right now, things are not only going down from like people's 401ks and everything like that, but now costs to borrow are actually going up, are also going up. Like everything is going up in the wrong direction. So interesting indicator to watch. Great info, thanks. You should talk a bit more like that in the live stream. Oh, okay. I think, do people find this sort of conversation interesting? This is like boring. Like when I'm talking about economic stuff like this, is this Maybe I'll take a poll on that. I didn't even think about that, really. Poll. Let's see. Economic stuff. Boring or enjoyable? Yeah? Are you out there, Kit? Yeah, you can come in. Boring. It's really okay. Boring. I'm running a poll right now. Give me 1 second. Enjoyable. All right, what do you got to show me? Oh, you made me another. Did you color me this picture?
No, it's from history. Oh, I want to watch you. Do you?
And do you want to say hi to people?
No,
we need some likes. Oh, oh, did you color this? Thank you.
I got that.
You want me to? Should I show the people?
Yeah.
Yeah, look. There we go. The benefits of working from home. You get pictures in the middle of the day. Good job. You did a good job staying in the lines, too.
Yeah.
Why is that all black right there, though?
Because I don't want no one to see my eyes.
Oh, you don't want anybody to see the eyes?
Yeah.
Gotcha. You don't want to say hi to anybody?
Maybe I want to make some money.
You want to make some money?
Yeah.
Really? 95%? How many people voted in this thing? 20 votes. Whoa, all right. Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, I'll keep that in mind that I don't know, talking the headline, was it the fact that it's news, current events, or was it I don't know. Here, we need some more likes, okay? Your fan favorite.
Ouch.
Sorry. Okay, do you think it's going to go up or down?
Up.
You think it's going to go up?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I try to buy one?
Yeah.
You want to see if we can make some money? All right, ready? Okay, then you have to watch this number right here. Down here, okay? Watch that number right there. I'm a little nervous, but I trust you. Ready?
Okay.
See that? See it moving around?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We got to get that out of there. There we go. Look. It's it's going up for a second. Now it's red. We want to see green.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy.
Should I sell or get out? Or stay in? Should I sell?
Let's get out.
Okay, get out.
And let's do a new one.
There we go. We made some money on it. Good job, Kit. Does anybody remember what that number was beforehand? What was that number beforehand?
I don't know.
You don't know? Me neither. They'll tell us, though. Somebody over here is paying attention, and they'll tell us. Somebody will... But, Kit, you helped me make some money.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
I want to watch YouTube on this.
You want to watch YouTube? No. I'm on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. Did you know that? We're on YouTube right now.
No.
Yeah. It was at 407? Good job. We made $8. That's like a Domino's large pizza, one topping.
Oh, Daddy. What about...
Hear that, Jim? She just made me a Domino's large one topping, $7.99. Hard to beat that deal.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
What we could do 5, 1, and then we can get donuts.
Oh, I like donuts.
And I like small donuts.
Okay, I want to tell people my thoughts real quick. So I could see, do you get long right here and a stop below that low? Look how tight that risk is. So maybe not the most high probability trade, but if you get it in your favor, you could be getting paid very nicely if it comes back down to this area here. I don't know, just thinking out loud. What do you think about that plan? Do I use Fibonacci's? Yeah, I use Fibonacci's from time to time. Okay, well, good to know that a lot of you found that kind of helpful.
What could be that?
Look at it go up.
Oh, yeah, Daddy, what could be?
Oh, you're looking at yourself there? Yeah. Right. Okay, here we go. Here's the number to watch. 125. Say, please hit the like button.
Please click a like button.
Okay, let's watch that number. Let's see if it can go up.
Wait.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Daddy, guess what?
What?
My Arizona field. It's just a tiny one.
Just a tiny owie?
Yeah, it will come out soon.
Yeah, it'll come out. There we go. Look at that number. It's going up. It's changing.
Yeah.
All right. These are such nice people. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for that picture.
Oh, Daddy.
Yeah.
Want to see something? And I want to know. I did that. Like
I know. I can tell. You did a good job standing in the lines.
Oh, Daddy.
Yeah. Okay, one more thing, and then I got to get back to this, okay?
What about my birthday we can watch?
Okay, we're not talking about your birthday. Your birthday is very far off, okay?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. We got to have Joy's birthday first, okay?
Maybe Franklin, Bessie Bears.
Oh, we'll watch Franklin and Bernstein Bears, yeah, for sure.
We can watch Bessie Bears on your phone, and then we can watch.
Maybe, but your birthday's still a little bit ways off, okay?
Or Franklin on your phone.
Okay, well, tell everybody bye real quick. Say bye.
Bye.
All right, thank you for stopping by.
Well, wait, oh, no.
You can keep it off, and you can keep the door shut, too.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess it never did technically go down and give another chance down there before that move. So my thought came a little too late on that one. YouTube star. I don't know if YouTube star is the right terminology. Maybe a YouTube buffoon. I don't know. It's either going to go one way. Kids are going to be like, oh, I'm assuming my kids are going to be vastly embarrassed. 5-year-old's talking about Christmas already. Yeah. It's like, let's everybody come. To be fair to her, her birthday is in... Uh-oh. When is... Oh, wait, no. Hers is June. Yeah. Now, hers is still pretty far away. June. Before you're like, what kind of father are you? I have 6 kids, okay? I'm running through this spreadsheet in my mind of what kid is what. So cut me a little slack. Her birthday is in June. So she still got a little bit. Oh, yeah. So my oldest daughter's is the 24th. And then I have, so Joy's is 24th. Faye's is May 25th or 29th. Or is that? Or is that Jet? No, Jet's born in October. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to stop talking about it. Please don't call the Children Authority on me. CPA. Yeah, this guy's a terrible father. I have proof. Doesn't even know doesn't even know the birthdays. Oh yeah, I know that. I know that's you, Frank, because I know that's your name in the chat room. All right. What I would find interesting, what I could be interested in, is this thing builds a little bit of a bull flag. So something like that. Because does the break here then lead it back up to these highs? But again, I need to actually see some sort of bull flag, bull pennant build out here. Now, this thing can't crash all the way back down there. That violates everything. But a nice, controlled, dare I say, boring pullback, that could get interesting in a hurry. Hi, Clay. Nice glasses. I will say this. Things feel wonderful. Hey, good. We made up. We're at 125. Yesterday in fact, now that I think about it, yesterday, literally right around the 2.5 hour mark, I could... Whoa! Okay, so what I was saying about a nice controlled pullback, this is not what I was talking about. Now who are we terrifying? Now what did Trump say? Exactly. All I got to do is look away. That's so true. All right, I know one of you are like, you're like Twitter addicts that like, it's constantly updating on your phone. What happened? What's the newest news? Oh boy. Is Hex King still here? Hex King, what do you think about that volatility, Hex King? Let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. What? Okay, it's not a new, or is the auction maybe still going on? I don't know. Maybe the auction is occurring right now, and is the auction, okay, are bonds going down? Yeah, how to get liquidated right here. That's how you get absolutely crushed. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, Elon, you were just on the edge of your seat of getting absolutely roasted. I'm glad you got the $500 on the short side. Look at these spreads. Are these spreads Tradovate's locking up now. It's so crazy. It is so crazy right now that the platform can't even keep up. Yeah, it's frozen. It's frozen. Too crazy even for, I mean, this is, what was it? Was that like 1,000? No, not quite 1,000 point move. Or was it? No, not 1,000 point move. No, I don't think, I don't know. What is going, does any of you, I don't know. But I mean, true story. Somebody in the world was like, I'm going to buy at the 50 period, or they're saying, I'm going to buy at the overnight high. And they bought and went long right there. Somebody is smiling ear to ear, or somebody bought at the 50 period and then got cheap shotted out right there below, and they got stopped out. And those people are crying. Yeah. Well, on Tradovate, you can't even really trade this right now because the platform can't even keep up with it. Look at this. This is like 100-point moves. Look at this. I'm tempted to trade it just to see what it's like with one, but I mean, that could be, that's only one micro. What a wild, yeah, no, you can't, well, we were just going to have to watch this from the sidelines. This is pretty wild. I mean, look at these bids. Wait, is the bid higher than the offer? Or am I being dented right now? 18,265 bid. Yeah. Am I crazy? Somebody provide cover fire? All right, now I think it's okay. I think. No. The bid's higher than the ask, or am I crazy? 18,075. Okay, now I think it's okay. Yeah, I think that just cooked a new 25K. Sam, I don't think you're the only person that got cooked there because this is the exact reason. This is an argument for Pam's plant, right? Imagine the people that are using their own money, no matter what you're trading, in stocks and options and futures and forex and crypto. They're using their own money and they were short. I mean, think about it. If you're using your own money, oh my goodness, you don't have an account anymore. You got margin called. You may owe your broker money right now. That is insane. But in the world of prop firms, yes, your account got toasted. Your account's gone. But that's only like a couple $100 at most of your own money. Oh yeah, we're over 5%, aren't we? I didn't even see that. Oh man. So I could, like at this point, do I just buy because all this thing does is go up? I think I just buy. Oh, you were doing those ones anyway, Sam? Yeah. How did my stop loss not hit? I just thought, well, it probably hit, but the slippage, Frank, the slippage on this is like insane. Like this is like literally, I mean, this is, so it's the slippage that got you. Yeah, exactly, Frank. That, yeah, like I said, but I mean, like I'm not trying to be melodramatic, but I mean, in all honesty, like this is Pam's plant to the T. One part of Pam's plant is the added risk control. The added risk control, one form of that being you protect your own money. How do you protect your own money? Well, with a prop firm account, your only risk that's actually on the line is the cost of the account. So if people had a $50,000 account, their cost was $119. Now, the way that they would lose the account, have it taken away from them, is if they lost $2,000. You know for sure, guaranteed on that move, if you were short, gone, toasted, crazy move. Even if you had a stop in because of the slippage, that is gone. Your account's gone. But again, did you actually lose $2,000? No, you only lost the $119 because that was the cost of the account. But for people that are not using Pam's plant, that are just either trading stock or trading anything with their own money, on the short side. Like their account is gone. Like all kidding aside, gone with the margin call. And because things move so fast, they might owe their broker money. And that's not me being dramatic at all. The slippage was so, and these are 100-point increments. This is pure insanity. That is exactly why Pam's plant. Wow. Some people are having really, really bad, and I'm not even exaggerating. There are people around the world right now. There are some people right now sobbing. Again, look at that. So let's look at the 1 minute time. 1 minute. So you were short on NVIDIA with your own money. This thing has moved multiple dollars against you, just like that. Tesla, boom, absolutely roasted on the short side. Again, if you're in Tesla, you're using your own money. Maybe you're using leveraged money. So your own money disappears that much quicker because you're using leverage. What Bitcoin, let's see, yeah, BTC, what did Bitcoin do? Bitcoin, crypto day traders, roasted on the short side with your own money. Absolutely roasted. I mean, I have to try a scalp here. Why not? Like, all this thing does is go up. Worst case, right? I can't lose her. All this thing goes up. Famous last words, we're about to find out. No, I'm kidding. This might even be bigger than the move. So what happened? Did the tariffs go away? Do we know? Not really, Sam, because now you have 8 days of your true test, which is why I'm not a huge fan of that company you're using. So you kind of passed. When you pass on Take Profit Trader, that's actually a legitimate pass because you could theoretically get paid real money the next day. You, Sam, no, you have like 8 days now before you have any chance to get paid, which is why I'm not a huge fan, kind of deceiving on their end. All right, end poll. So good, 91%. Except, okay, what's the news? I think you mean tariffs on hold for 90 days, except for China. A 90-day in effect immediately. Oh, the market finally broke Trump, huh? About time. Isn't that funny? Right where I was saying, I'm just going to get long. I should probably just get long. I might have bought the top there. Amazing how the human mind works. The time where I was about to just be like, goodness, Clay, just get in. All you do is keep leaving money on the profit. Just chase the price, Clay. You'll be good. That's basically, I think that's like right where I was commenting and making that comment. Now, I was joking mostly, but there was some truth. Like, Clay, just get in, dude. Like, all this thing is doing is going up. Just get in. And that would have been the moment where, whew, oh, the human mind. So tariffs are on hold. That's we've been, and this is not like a unique claim to me, but that's what I've and many other people have been saying is all it takes is one tweet to be like tariffs are off or tariffs are paused or some sort of news. That's not even necessarily good news, but it's just not as bad of news and things like. But oh my, like, and again, Clay, this is just sales pitch. Yes, this is 100% a sales pitch. Like 100% a sales pitch. You are a mad, crazy person to be trading in the markets with your own money when there is a such thing as prop firms that would allow you to have protected your money against that. Yes, you would have lost your prop firm account. It's roasted. It's gone. But it would have cost you a sliver of what people have lost today on this move from the short side. And even Frank lost a prop firm account. He's like, man, I had to stop, yet my account failed. Because the slippage was so bad. So I say that because I've heard people say, Clay, you're exaggerating. If I go short and I'm using my own money, that's what it stops for, Clay. Yeah. All it takes is one of these moves, and that slippage roasted your account, plus a margin call, plus now you owe money to your broker. Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people made great money on that. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. But you also have to acknowledge that a lot of people absolutely, they lost a lot. They lost like when I say everything, I mean their accounts plus they're thinking, wow, I have to write my broker a check because I lost my entire account plus some, which is always a threat from going long. Crazy. Wow. Some people out there around the world are having a very, very bad day. If that doesn't convince you of why you should be using a prop firm, if that's not a sales pitch for Pam's Plant and for the A of Pam's Plant right there, added risk control via the protect your own money because you don't actually have all your money at risk. I can think of no better sales pitch than what we just witnessed there. And that's why maybe people think I'm being mean. Maybe people think I'm being dramatic, but I'm not. When I tell people you're being foolish, you're being reckless, you're taking on more risk than you need to by day trading stocks or crypto or Forex or futures with your own money. You're reckless. It just, from a risk reward standpoint, man, Pam's Plant. Get yourself in futures, but get it through a prop firm. How long do you have to complete the challenge? As long as you want. But get it done within a month so you don't have to pay that monthly charge again. Because after you move to your pro account, there's no more monthly fees. Now, here's the interesting part. Does the market actually maintain these gains? Or is this thing about to give them all back? I don't think anybody here would be totally shocked if this thing gave back all its gains. Hey, Curry, good to see ya. What a rare morning. Falling Down, good movie. I think I've seen that one. Yeah. Absolute craziness. So even if I were to get in here, what's the stop on that? How many points? Oh, just like 100-point stop on a very small thing. Yes, they're blue light glasses. I'm old. I need the help. All right, well, if anybody's got some wiggle room in their portfolio, I guess that's kind of the question. Is this a new bull pennant? There it is. Is that going to be the new round of breakouts? No, I don't think I wouldn't expect another 1,000 points. But yeah, I think most brokers are probably you're outside the rule violation because we are up 8% on the day. I know with Take Profit Trader, you're still allowed to trade test accounts on days like this, but pro accounts is a no-go. Well, we'll see if it can push up through there or not. We'll see if it can make that move up. Sellers in their invest accounts must be kicking themselves. Well, yeah, I mean, that's why you never want to the best thing to do from a long-term investment standpoint is just turn off the news during times like this. I was watching SPY calls and noticed someone placed 4,000 0DT a few minutes before the announcement. Did you? Huh, that's interesting, Niall. We'll see if the SEC goes after them. That's how SEC busts people. They watch the options market. And if they notice stuff like that, they're like, interesting, you loaded up on these super, super risky options right before this big thing happened. Huh. That's how people get busted, the options market. Again, if you're enjoying, look at that. Well, if anybody took that breakout, congratulations. I mean, you didn't make 1,000 points on it within 2 seconds, but you're still doing pretty well. But again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. If we can drive this up to 150 likes, that'd be fantastic. All right, Hex. Hex is just going to have to learn the hard way. Try to help out Hex. He don't want to learn. He don't want to listen, though. Yeah, 90-day pause. Hex, I'm so just like... Hex is out there throwing around his real money and doesn't even know what a gap is. Hex, do you think that maybe, just maybe, you're behaving extremely recklessly? Like, if you're going to behave recklessly, do it at least with a prop firm where you don't have all your money at risk, which you do. Okay, Hex, I try to help you, my friend, but you're one of these crypto bros. And crypto bros are, yeah, they're bros for a reason. Link trades, congratulations. Unfortunately, and I'm not saying that you're saying this, but like that's obviously not any sort of like sustainable strategy. Hex, all I ask is when you lose all your money, which you will, you'll lose all your money in crypto. Just remember who tried to warn you, who tried to give you a more risk intelligent way to go about it. Okay, going back to the back test. Do we get the back test and go? Come down here and back test, back off. We'll see. Wow. Was 9% for just, we got to check. What's still going on with the bond yields? Let's see what the bonds thought about this. Okay, bonds are looking a little bit better. Remember, we were just looking at 4.4. Now they're all the way down. Almost, yeah, a nice drop. All right, so there is the news. So that's probably have them breathing a little sigh of relief. But the crazy thing here is, like, you know, you hear Trump like, the Fed's got to act. The Fed's got to cut rates. Cutting rates does not mean that goes down. Not to mention cutting rates is going to increase inflation. Like, that's not the problem here. Is, as we discussed, people are not viewing the U.S. right now as a safe haven. Yeah, blue light glasses are awesome. I think I got distracted. I don't know why, but yeah. Usually right around the 2 hour mark, my eyes and my head is starting to pound. But I've been wearing these the entire stream, and I feel just fine. Oh, is Powell about to start talking? Is that accurate though? Well, the market seems to think that it's accurate. Do we know who said this? What's the source of this? Does anybody know? Well, I mean, it says Trump announces, but I guess, did Trump actually announce this, or is there a possibility that this is just a rumor? Yeah, that's what I thought, AS. I don't think Powell's speaking. I think they're just releasing the minutes. He said it on Truth Social. Okay, so it came right from the horse's mouth. Powell is not speaking. They're just releasing the minutes. He is not speaking. He's just going to release the minutes. So there could still be what time is that happening? About 21 minutes. So there could still be a spike and all that, but again, it's not a speech. It's just the minutes of their previous meeting. I stopped out of a long position on that pullback. I almost was about to take a trade on that with the NQ. That would just be pure bonkers. But yeah, I have a day here. At this point, I think it would be best to probably just sit back and watch, because this account I don't want to roast. I can't trade my pro accounts anyways because it's beyond the 5% rule. So most prop firms say that, with your pro accounts, you're not allowed to trade on days like this, which was never a thing. Like literally until 2 days or 3 days ago, people didn't even know that rule existed because, yeah, it's not normal for the futures market or any market to be this volatile. But yeah, all of a sudden the past couple of days, like everybody's kind of quickly become an expert on these rules. So yeah, I can't trade my pro accounts anyways. Maybe I should just pick up an account just to go, a degen account. Just go wild, see what happens. There is no 5% rule at TPT. On pro accounts, there is. On pro accounts, there is. No, I checked it out, unless they changed it like a couple days ago. You're right, AS. On test accounts, are you sure? I don't believe you, AS. I'm pretty sure that... Yeah, I do want to bet, unless they just changed it. Show me. Send me the link to where they say that. Yep, what? They just changed it? Because definitely a couple days, or maybe Friday of last week, I don't remember. There was something about accepting pro. There was a comment about pro accounts. So you send me this and I'll look at it. You try to short here? Oh boy. I am now officially intrigued. Take Private Trader for their pro accounts. Does not have any sort of percentage rule. All right, well. I know that I'm under the impression, I won't say the word I know because maybe something changed, but I am under the impression that just applied to pro accounts. Can you send me the link? I'm asking for a link. Like, where in their FAQs does it map that out, AS? Like, with all due respect, and I say this just, hopefully you're not offended. Like, who are you? Like, I don't know you. I'm not going to just take your word. But if you want to cite your source, put the link in here. So where is the link that says the 5% rule does not apply to Take Profit Trader pro accounts? Can you please send me a link that says that? I will not accept as an answer. Well, my ex-wife's mailman's, milkman's, dog sitter's, babysitter, lawn care person told me. Like, I'm not going to go with that. I hope you understand. It's always been okay. Well, we're mixing the lines. Like, maybe in the prop firm, but all I'm saying is, from my understanding, Take Profit Trader, in their pro accounts, you cannot trade if a day was up more or down than 5%. I'm being told I'm wrong, which, okay, maybe something changed, but all I'm doing is asking for a source. How it go up? Because there is news about tariffs being put on a 90-day hold. I don't know. Maybe I just try with this one account, and if it gets toasted, oh well. It's just started it. Let's this is what account is this? I'm on 55. So if we go to 67, there we go. Maybe I just try this one, and if it gets roasted, it gets roasted. I mean, I'm up 720 on it, so I don't really want to roast it, but this is such good action. We'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, somebody said it, BC. Thank you for looking that up. Somebody mentioned earlier, I don't remember who it was, that it literally came from Trump's Twitter thing, or Truth Social, excuse me. I was actually short with 3 micros. I took profit immediately on the dump before I could breathe. The market went. Yeah, you're operating in a prop firm though, right? I'm sorry, how do you say your name? Is it Elon? Lon? How do you pronounce your name? Clay, you can have a max of 5 accounts with TPD. Snag another one. Oh, I have other ones. I have other pro accounts just waiting to activate, but I have my own personal strategy that I know, Evan. Thank you. I got my own. I got my own kind of experiment I have right now. But I am aware of that. But thank you for just checking in. Okay, so Okay, I'd like a link to their frequently. There should be something that tells me exactly this, AS. So you're saying they say all this stuff. Okay, well then just send me the link real quick. Meant if you wanted to go degen. Oh yeah, no, not no, I'm not going to go like that kind of degen. And even this, I'm not looking to degen like let's just buy randomly. Yeah, you can post links in here, AS. What is that? I mean, you definitely just got to go with one, right? Because this is still just cruising. See, hit that like button if you're enjoying. Let's get. I think we're gonna hit 150 likes. Let's see. Okay, I'll try. Got it? No. If you posted it, nothing showed up. Maybe you're not allowed to post links. Up it goes. Yeah, doesn't look like you're able to post links in here. Email it to me if you can. That's a spicy trend line to try to get short on that. And this sort of upwards movement, that's going to be a little too... that's a spice level I don't think I'm willing to take. Man, that move here was... I'm excited we caught it on live. That was cool to catch it here, but wow. If I did get short at this, what is that up there? Like, that's like a 150-point stop. Insanity. Okay, what if I go there up to... Yeah, that's still like a 100-point stop. Crazy. So what would a 100-point stop be on a 1 micro? If 10 is 20, so yeah, $200 stop. Do I really want to risk 2? Okay, now the risk profile changed. Potential head and shoulders. Yeah, we'll see. Whoa, that's crazy. There's nothing like humble pie when you're like, hey, hit that like button, and you look over and it didn't even budge. We all need humble pie every now and then, that's for sure. Again, I vote we get this up to 150 likes. Hit that like button. Man. Like, it's so hard to trade this. What are you supposed to do with this one? Like, a small little thing is like 80-point risk. It's wild. Wow, your hand looks red? No, probably because I have the light. I have the light on the microphone. I don't think it's... See that? It's because of the microphone light. Let's see if I can get it to show up. There it is. See the light right there? That's for the microphone. Calm down, Ruben. Calm down. Everything's okay. I know you have some certain quote-unquote habits I don't agree with. Are you doing that habit right now that's causing you to freak out? You are, aren't you? You're doing a certain habit and you're like, whoa, pass the Cheetos, whoa. It's from an Axis. Look like someone had you in their sights. I I'm not sure about that. Like I said, that's a nice little setup there, but yeah, I mean, to get that short and all the way up there, that's, I don't know. Like, you just need to be willing to, I mean, it's got to be like a total burner account. I mean, this is just crazy. Like, let me see. Okay, let me. All right, let's take a look here. Limit up, limit down. Okay. If a limit is hit and you have not exited your position, this will cost you to lose your pro account. So that's what I remember reading earlier. It is a trader's responsibility to be out of all trades before these limits are hit. In the event that the market gets close to the limits, our company must hedge against traders who are holding positions near limit prices. If a price limit is hit and you have not exited your position, this will cost you to lose your pro account. So does that mean that if it hits the limit and then goes beyond, you're okay? I don't know. To me, that seems like you are allowed, though. Just don't get halted. Have circuit breakers built into them to limit how far the market can go in a single day. Okay. I see what you're saying. This could be really good news for did Take Profit Trader just get even better than other prop firms? Yeah, I think you're right. Now that I'm reading this, I think I just assumed that if the price limit is hit, and I just assumed that was like the 5% number that I saw floating around, but. To be fair to you, I do not see 5% anywhere. AS, do other prop firms have, like, if it's beyond 5%, you're not allowed to do that? Like, where is this 5% number coming from? Is that true? Like, or is it like, do other prop firms have like a 5 or 6% number? Do you know that, AS? Okay. Okay, so TPT, Take Profit Trader, is actually even better than I thought then. Well, there we go. That's encouraging. But as I've sat here and looked at this more, I don't know if I want to trade a pro account in this sort of information. Yeah, or in this sort of action. It could be a great way to get straight up to payout status, but it could also be a quick way to say, adios, amigo. All right, I'll go. If we can get this up to 150 likes by 3 hours and 15 minutes, I'll keep the party going for another, because my voice is feeling fine. But let's get this up to 150 likes. So we got about 7 minutes to get this up to 150 likes. Or I guess $20 in super chats. I appreciate that, AS. Well, I apologize. I said that was wrong. I said, well, maybe they changed it, but it doesn't even look like they changed it because that is exactly what I remember reading. But I was importing in things that were not true, not being said. So thank you for pointing that out. Appreciate it. But yes, I'm not. Okay. Right there. That's an 800 mark. If it pushes above there, do we get more? I'm in my TS practice account, just having fun now. Yeah. Well, even if it was, yeah, I mean, I'll with one, it could drop 200 points, and yes, I'm giving back quite a bit of that, but so let's see that. If I get in right now and I just put my stop below this low, that's let's see, 600. If I'm in at 700, so yeah, 100 points. So that's like a 200. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose $200, but it might be interesting. Just insane, insane stop and spaces in the stop loss right now. Or maybe I should do it. I'll take a trade if we can get this up to 150 likes. Maybe that's how I should do it. Or is this a short to the downside? Or am I being a total just moron to think to try to go against what seems to be the overall trend? But it's this now. Is everybody absorbing the news? I mean, a couple hundred. So even if let's just call it $300 loss, I'm still up $420. So that's not the end of the world. But now it's starting to. All right, we're gonna. All right, I'm in. Let's see if we can get that breakout. I did not even wait for confirmation because I think if it can break through there, it could spike up and might leave me behind. Come on, get through that yellow line. Come on. Nope, I'm out. Hesitated on that one. Don't like how it hesitated, but now it's gone. But that gets your palms sweaty. Mom spaghetti. My knees are weak. My palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti was on my sleeve. Something like that. I just revealed my age. Somebody, what am I talking about? Knees are weak. My palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti's on my sleeve. Oh, knees are weak. Arms are heavy. It's not palms are sweaty. There's vomit on his sweater already. Oh, is that how it goes? Oh, all of us revealing our ages. Oh, come on, let's get this up to 150 likes. We can't get 7 more in the next 2 minutes? Come on, 7 more in the next 2 minutes. Let's go. 8 mile. That's not bad. An 8 mile trade. That was an 8 mile trade. That's spooky. Because at any moment, like, is this thing gonna just flush against me and like $400 gone? That was an 8 mile trade for sure. Come on, let's go. 3 more likes. And there it goes. There was the break. I couldn't stand the heat. I could not take the heat. My arms are heavy. My palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. I'm on my sweater already. Oh, I forgot about that. So the minutes come out in 1 minute. So in 1 minute, we are going to see a spike. That was really bad on my part, Mark, because I was in a trade, and it's going to spike in less than 1 minute because we have the minutes coming out. So everybody get ready for another spike. Which direction does the spike go? I don't know. But it's going to spike in one direction or another in less than a minute. At 2 o'clock Eastern time, Fed minutes are out. We're going to see a spike. Drew, that's why I also put super chats as a contingency. Either that or, super chats are a way to communicate it too. Okay, everybody get ready for the spike. Come on, one more like too. One more like. And it's 2. Oh, come on. Don't make me a liar. I said a spike. What kind of action is this? Well, granted, I mean, that would be a really good move, but we just had all that crazy move, which makes this move kind of look like nothing. There we go, 150. Booyah. Booyah. I like it, Frank. You must be a rapper. Yeah, no, that you're right. That was a 100-point move. You know it's a crazy day when I'm sitting there looking at a 100-point move and being like, it barely even budged. Wow, that's crazy. I just literally sat here and called a 100-point move barely anything. Because, yeah, I mean, on the chart, it looks like it barely even budged. But no, that was a 100-point move. That's wild. I don't know. Do I try to take a... Okay, if I get short here and then a stop up there, again, that's basically a 200-point risk. I'll do that, though. We'll see if I can catch on that. So about $200 risk. I'll risk $200 on this. A little over $200. But it's got to come down through that red line. That's the only place I'm interested in getting short at. And it's got to be on this candle too. If a new candle starts to form, no thank you. Getting close. All right, I wanted it on that candle, so never mind. Really want markets to get back to normal. I think today's news, it'll be interesting because if it's a 90 days? Let's check this. I think it was 90 days. Oh, okay. So here's more news. Trump temporarily drops tariffs to 10% for most countries. All right, so he's starting to back off. The market, he couldn't. Trump, it was getting too spicy for him. The market going down, getting too spicy. He must have had some internal polling numbers that were like, "Hey, sir, you can try to blame Wall Street, or you can try to say that it's only Wall Street that's failing, but sir, a lot of your voters, they have these things called IRAs and 401ks, and I'm not sure people like seeing those things drop straight down. Can we maybe loosen up a little bit?" Of course, that's speculation. Yeah, maybe he's working on a deal. Maybe. Or else maybe the internal polling got to him. That's also a maybe too. Can we agree on that, Charlie? Is my scenario also possible? This will go back to 1860. Oh, come on now. Don't send me on that rabbit trail of my pet peeve. Can you say it might go back to 18,600? There's a chance. Don't say it will, because you don't know that. There are no guarantees in the market. Good. All right. Thank you. Oh, well, yeah. I'm glad. I would have been, yeah. I would have gotten in there? Yeah, that would have been a losing trade. What are you drinking, Clay? Coffee. Black. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. I am, though, curious. Do we get a back? Did the back test and go? Does this come down here, back test, and then go? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. If you're a fan of the back test and go, maybe we can see something like that here. So Charlie, you're not willing to admit that my potential scenario is also a possibility. Gotcha. Feels like sue for some profit. Feels like sure for some I'm not sure what you mean. I think you have a typo. Feel like Sue for some profit. I'm drinking an energy drink, Clay. You got to stay away from those energy drinks, man. Those things are poison. You said it's possible. Did you reply back? You said, or he's working on a deal. Did you say something before that? Did you? I didn't see any messages from you. I didn't see any other messages from you. You said, or he's working on a deal. I said, yeah, that's maybe possible. I said, but is it also possible that the internal polling numbers are starting to get to him? I said, is that possible? I do not see any answers that you acknowledge that's also a possible scenario. I acknowledge, yeah, your scenario is possible. It is possible that maybe he's working on a deal. But would you also agree that my scenario is possible, that maybe he just saw internal polling numbers and he's like, uh-oh. Is that possible too? My friend, what you said is possible is, or he's working on a deal. But do you know who is running for re-election, Charlie? I don't know why I talk to drunk people. Why do I keep talking to the whiskey guy? Who needs to help the president that may or may not be running for a re-election in 2 years? Whose polling numbers may Trump care about that he will need the help from in 2 years? Can anybody think of anybody Trump may need who, for having these people in his corner, will make his life easier 2 years from now? That he may care about their re-election possibilities. Can anybody think? I don't know, Force, but maybe that's his internal polling. He might be reading stock twits. You never know. You never know. I think that if he's worried that Congress and the Senate is going to go back over to the other side, I could see that freaking him out. Stock twits is for comedy. No, stock twits is where you listen to people. Like stock twits is Nobel Peace Prize winning information. That's where all the Nobel Peace Prize economists hang out. Stock Twit says GME going to, yeah, I know, no, exactly. How is it? It's been a while since we've done our JDA GME check. We haven't seen JDA for a while, but he told us that GM is going to 500. So let's get a check on GM, see how close we are to 500. We're close. We're at 2480. So we're close to 500 JDA. Thank you for that recommendation. By the way, he said all this on that day right there, but that's just a minor detail. But we're getting close, JDA. We're getting close. I'm going to go learn how to trade from a TikTok. Good idea. Yes, that's where you learn how to trade. It's on TikTok, of course. You get your economic opinions on stock twits, and you get your how to trade information on stock twits. No. Stock twits, it wasn't 10K. What was AMC was 100K, right? Yeah. It was 100,000. AMC was supposed to go to 100,000. Is there a stripper pole behind you? No, that is a mic pole. How can you even see that? Is it not too dark? Yeah, 100. Yeah, that was just so like. That's what I mean. Every few years, there's something that creates a new spike in Kool-Aid consumption. That was the Kool-Aid consumption. And the crazy thing is about the sad thing is about that AMC and GME stuff is, I mean, there is so much money to be made. But some people were literally so drunk on the Kool-Aid that they were passing tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in profits. They were just letting it go by because they're like, no, it's going higher. Crazy. Absolutely craziness. 156 likes. Good. Not quite record breaking. I think it would take 166 to break records, but so I don't know if we're going to do it in this stream, but I don't know. What would that? Again, I'm still at like 100-point risks here. The amount of bag holders from GME and AMC could be a small army. I don't think could be. I think it is. The apes. Yeah, well, those apes are extinct. And no shame if you're an ape. I was an ape in my own way when I first got started in penny stocks. In fact, I would argue that I was king ape. I was the biggest moron ape of them all. But the key is just, if you got fooled, if you drank the Kool-Aid, if you were an idiot, hey, admit it, learn from it, move on. That's the best thing you can do. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. So let me do my quick sell stuff here. I am doing a free webinar. So if you want to get signed up for that, it'll be tomorrow night. You can check out that. And if you were to sign up for that, there may or may not be a coupon along the way to join my private community. So again, I'm not confirming or denying, but if through the sign-up sequence there may or may not be a way for you to save some money on my private community. So check that out. And if you do want to learn more about futures and Pam's plant and all that, that link right there will send you to this page. Just scroll down. Class 1 is down there. You can learn about futures because futures are where it's at, because at the end of the day, it's all about Pam's plant, the undefeated argument. From a day trading standpoint, nobody has been able to defeat on why you should not be trading or day trading futures through a prop firm. And on that note, if you want to use the prop firm that I am using and that I recommend, and that they were very fast with their payments and they have a lot of good stuff going on, and if you just want to support the channel, use that link right there to get the current promotion and to support the channel. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. A 3.5-hour stream almost. Almost got to record-breaking territory, but it was a fun one. Appreciate you all being here. I will be back tomorrow at the very latest at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I've been showing up a little early, but very, very latest, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So I thank you all for being here. Take care and trade